dead before I said let's fight!
No! That's impossible!
By the way.
BT Dubs is BTW. I'm gonna bust you up! Help, I'm not coming down. Where am I? Help!
Milk!
Chance got $5.
The champ got 5 on it.
Back where it came from.
Go back where it came from.
Ah, here we go. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Go fast enough.
Oh, I tried to go empty jump low. Don't for me.
Wow! One live, you coward! Oh no, I should have done that.
Go. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back. My name's Scum. I'm joined by
Me. I apologize. I didn't realize you were doing my cue.
your name's not
Nasty.
me.
Me,
It's
Ashley.
what? Mitchie.
I'm sorry, can we do this again? I was.
No,
Usually
it
you
stays in.
introduced me.
Oh my god. Oh, perfect. We took a week off. I ended up feeling terrible on Saturday and I curled up in bed. And now here we are 2 weeks later. So we have tons of stuff to catch up on. No, it stays in. Everything stays in. This is a podcast which is called
The first of 50 podcast.
We talk about video games, movies, occasionally anime if we watch any, and then we watch trailers and whatnot. If you're curious about us reacting to trailers, go find me at youtube.com/B_SKUM or twitch.tv/B_SKUM because I can't show that apparently on YouTube because they bury my VOD and take it out of the algorithm and it gets no views. So thanks, internet. We'll have that portion at the end, but you can watch us do it live. Anyways, I guess we'll start with our weekly, I guess this bi-weekly update now. 2-week update. Double quarter pounder with cheese.
Ooh.
Any double analogies you want to throw our way?
No, I've got none. You took them all.
Oh, I see. Like a
Yeah.
fat little piggy. Okay. So I decided to let's just get it out of the way. Let's get it out of the way. I fell down a BDO hole. I've been playing like BDO nonstop. I'm cooked. It's over. I found my retirement home. It's okay.
Same character.
Yep, same character.
Haven't tried the monkey dude yet.
Nah, Wukong is just no. But I have been playing Guardian, and she is quite wonderful.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she's a nice lady. That's been really fun. It's been
Pause for
how do I
comma.
pause for combat? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to hold back a cough. Well, it stays in. Oh, I also played a retro game. Oh, it's not really retro. This is a new game. It's called Tormenture. Essentially, you're doing like a first-person view of a kid who's rented a video game, shoving it into an Atari, and it's like haunted or whatever, and you start interacting with like demons and stuff, and they start affecting you in outside of the game. Like you can pull back from this like CRT screen that you're playing the game on, and stuff starts affecting in your room based on like what you're doing in the game. It's really charming. It genuinely, I got scared multiple times. The little jump scare things they've done so far, like the hand on the window like that. It's been It's been really interesting. In typical Scum fashion, I broke the first big boss I fight. Somehow I screwed it up to where I beat the boss. He spawned in outside the house, but I died in the game in the middle of that boss fight that reset the game boss fight. So I had to do that while he was shaking the room. It was very silly. Um, if you want me to test your video game, I promise you I'll break it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm like 3 hours in. I will continue with it. Hold.
I honestly thought what I was gonna see pop up was you grabbing the bag and eating more.
Hold on, I need more.
Down.
I'm gonna watch it down with more of it. So Tormentor has been super fun. I will get back to it. I think this will be my first project where I take a video game, I complete it, and I'm gonna try to cut it down as just one big giant video of like a full playthrough, but kind of like cut out dead zones and just kind of have maybe some silly bits and stuff in there.
I've actually really enjoyed watching you play this game. It's neat. I like it.
Right answer. It's been watching you flub makes me feel better about myself. Okay, we'll get into this the next section. We are a fighting game podcast after all. I have ascended to diamond rank in Strive. So what I've been doing is I've been playing till I get a rage quit from somebody or I lose. So I'll go on like a 10 streak, and then if someone like there's a lot of rage quitting in the ranked mode. People are alt F4ing left and right. So it's been kind of fun to where like I manhandled the Slayer and he hadn't seen anything that I did to him before. And he was pissed. And immediately I baited something from him and I punished him. I did my super input and the super started. All of a sudden it said beep beep, like my bonus disconnected because it was gonna kill him. It's been satisfying. So I only have 3 more ranks to go. Okay. So apparently I'm coughing my lungs out for some reason. Yeah, it's been fun. So I'm Diamond 1. So now I just need to get to Diamond 2, 3, and then I'll be at Vanguard, which is like the master rank. And then when I get there, I'm just gonna install the game. But I've been having fun learning new routes and all that kind of stuff. Meshi, you've been playing Strive these past 2 weeks? God, Eno's so hot. Sorry. Go on.
I don't think I'm. Meshi, you've been playing God, so hot. All right. Yeah, I was looking for stuff to do, and I played Bob in Strive for like 2 or 3 hours. And I am so used to fighting you that it was very difficult to fight Bob. And the reason is because so even though I don't change the way I fight against you, I know that you know what I'm going to do, like in every situation. Bob doesn't, but I am trained to know that you know that what I'm going to do next. So I flubbed so much because I'm like, okay, well, if this was Scum, he would do this and block this, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do something else. And like fucked myself over a lot.
He knows that. I know that he knows.
And Bob would just be like, I'm not Scum. I'm probably gonna fall for all this stuff. And I'm like, I know, but I can't.
I've been trained. Meanwhile, sitting full screen, he's gonna do Thunderbird right now, isn't he? Oh, that's really funny.
It's like I didn't use like any I didn't use like any not coffin, the down with the system against Bob. And I could have done it a lot, but I'm like, I don't know, he's just gonna block it. I'm like, no, this fucking idiot over here is not going to block it. Like, I can wake up super all day, and this is the one time I get to, and I fucking don't.
The one time it's like old reliable, and you're like, no.
No. But
Oh,
I had a
wow.
lot of fun. It reminded me how much I've only played Strive with you. And I've just been like, wow. So this is what fighting other people is like.
Oh, that warms my heart in some kind of way, I think. What else have I been doing? Oh, I've also been like so here's the thing. So Milia is a pixie character, right? She can move around the screen better than pretty much anybody can. The problem is if you touch her, she explodes. And that's just kind of the curse of it. She can move better. She doesn't do as much damage as everybody, but she gets to move around more and kind of skip neutral if she wants to. I've thought to myself, like, why don't I learn like another character just for like the sake of it? Because I've kind of been having fun coming back to the game now that it's been like 4 years since like Happy Chaos came out. I was like, oh, maybe I should learn a different archetype or something more solid. And then I'm like, why don't I just learn the other pixie? Why don't I just learn Eno? So I've been watching Daru Eno, who's he's a Korean player. He's kind of like the Eno player, and I've been like screen recording and like getting combo routes and like telling myself I'm gonna go practice them, but I'm probably never going to. But I'm getting a better idea of how to play that character because she's a little funky with her dash. But yeah, so Strive has been fun. Bro, it's been really long because I think Happy Chaos was like the first. He was in the first season of DLC because like Gold Lewis was like one of the first characters, right?
Yeah, he was the first DLC character, was Gold Lewis.
And then I think Happy Chaos was at the end of that or the set or something. It's been quite some time.
He was the last one, yeah.
Oh shit. Let's see here. We'll just put this on in the background. That's fine. So, I'm curious about this. So, you and I both have had some time with 2XKO.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? What has been your experience with the closed beta?
So, stability wise, it's been fine. I've only had like 2 or 3 crashes, and they're usually for whatever reason during supers. So my initial impression was it was fun. I've enjoyed it. I liked Juggernaut mode just because I can't do 2 characters. God awful at it. Like I already got awful at 1 character. Do you want me to do 2? Fuck you.
So he's a Juggernaut enjoyer.
Yeah. And then I mostly been playing Bob because he gave me the friend key to get in, so I was playing with him.
Mm-hmm.
And instantly picked up Alawi. I've liked her, which is always good. It's been a lot of fun with the tentacles and the random things. It pained me so much to try and play like online by myself, like the following day after I had been fighting Bob, because I would either fight someone that just got us the key and we're like, oh yeah, good time, girl, you know, or I would fight the guy that's like, hey, swap.
You get touched and you're like sitting there watching, like, oh, he's doing like this combo into a super, into a tag, into a follow-up round, into a super, into. And you're like, oh, okay.
You've been at this for a while, haven't you? And there'd be like two characters on a screen, and they'd be swapping back and forth, and I'd be like, "Oh, block high, block low, gosh, it's like swapping, you fucking
Help!
barrel." So I ended up dropping Juggernaut.
Hmm.
I can already tell it's not the way to go in this game.
Hmm.
Just from watching better people. um, and I started picking up Double Down. And I've liked it, and I think it's mostly just because I found two characters that I enjoy playing. Um,
So who's your second for Alawi? Who is your
uh, Darius, right there.
Darius?
Just his
Darius
hits are so
Cartos?
brutal, so it's
Scissor
fun.
bricks! You would. I knew it. I knew it 1,000%. It's
I
okay.
mean, there's only like 6 characters, so but I've enjoyed it so far. I'm waiting. It like I can't do it, but I can see how other people in the future is gonna make this game. Basically, if I hit you in any way, you're dead with like freestyle or whatever it is, just with the
Mhm.
with the with their characters, and it's just gonna be like I'm never gonna be able to do it. Fucking no skill over here. But I know that some people are gonna be like, watch this crazy shit I could do. So I tapped his knee, and now I'm gonna go into a full 100% combo, and I'm also gonna drag in his other character and kill him at the same time.
It's
That's
gonna
fine.
be crazy. So, you'll be surprised to know, I actually don't know what any of the I'm gonna call them grooves because like CVS had like different grooves. I don't know what the type thing is called. The only one I know that what it actually does is Juggernaut, which is just you have one big strong character, right?
Yeah.
What? Because I play Double Down with Ari and Alawi. What does Double Down even actually do?
So Double Down allows you to call in your assist super during your super during your
Okay,
level
so
1
it's
super.
the team hyper combo thing that the first two combos I posted in the Discord.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, what does freestyle do?
Freestyle is the one that's when somebody learns it is going to be probably really crazy. So basically, it allows it allows you to swap back and forth with with your assist character as long as they are on the screen.
Mm, okay. I don't remember.
Um,
Was there anyone? There's time too. It's just I skipped the entire tutorial and I haven't read a literal single thing.
so
Um,
then there's like 2x assist or something like that, which
mhm.
allows you to do an additional assist while they're on the screen. So they come out, do one assist, and then you can tell them to do another assist while they're on.
Oh, okay. Because like my dumbass like saw that above. Like, can they call 2 times the assist? But it's just an additional assist if they're already on the screen doing an assist.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
Okay.
then there's Sidekick, which is like Juggernaut, except you oh, you get something. You get some additional thing with the assist. But I can't remember what that is. I think your assist can super with Sidekick, if I'm remembering right. Um Yeah, okay. Milk just typed it out. You keep the assist, Juggernaut. You can't assist. That's what it.
So, um, so I'm curious. How do you feel about the? Because did you play this on controller or did you play this on your
I did
stick?
controller.
Okay. So how did it feel on controller?
Um, so it's been a very long time. This is gonna sound. This is gonna make me sound like a weak baby man. I played for so long and squeezed the L1 button so tightly that my my finger actually got swollen for like a day because it's been so long since I've played a fighting game like
That she
that.
I literally thought you were gonna be like, I was squeezing so hard, I broke the L1 on my controller. Like, my hand got puffy.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie about it. I actually had to change it to not be the triggers, and the I did the shoulder buttons, and it's a lot easier on my finger. But no, it very jokes aside, it reminded me very much of the Grand Blue game, or the Fantasy
Yes,
Versus
yes.
or whatever. So it was very easy to switch over for me. It is very
So,
weird having two special buttons that each do something,
mm-hmm.
but getting used to it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Okay, so this is gonna make me sound like the biggest fighting game boomer like ever. I feel as though I don't have enough buttons on my stick, considering there's two special buttons, and the fact that there's not an option or anything for like motion inputs is very strange to me. Um, it's I don't know because it does remind me of like the Grand Blue, but in Grand Blue, like I'm having to do like, well, I guess you could do like, well, no, because if you do a strength and a special button, that does your super. I was gonna say for Grand Blue, you had to pick out like special button plus heavy to do like the EXDP, or like heavy and like medium or light, and you could do the different strengths of them and stuff. It's very strange coming to a game that's just like, oh, you have special button 1, special button 2, and you just pick a direction. The fact that I don't have quarter circles like in a hyper game is really throwing me off.
Interesting.
And it's been funny because it didn't really dawn on me till like a couple days ago. And I follow, well, I get a bunch of YouTube shorts of people doing like combo demonstration stuff, and they'll show their hands, right? They'll be like, they'll have their hands on the stick, and they'll be like the top half of the shorts, the screen, and they like notate it out as they're doing the combo, right?
Yeah.
So you do people doing all the stuff like drive rush into like forward this, into this. I was watching someone do a 2x KO tutorial, so their stick was on screen. Hold on, where's my stick? So their stick was on screen, right? And they were just like, and it was just weird to me, the fact that like there's so much going on in the right hand and the left hand is doing nothing. But it's like, wait, hold on, I need to do a down in special. Okay, let go of the stick, back over to like. It feels Fisher Price. That's the only thing that comes to mind, because I was watching this person do this thing. I was like, wait a minute, that is what I'm doing, isn't it? I could lose like 3 fingers and still play this game fine.
It's for those people, yeah.
Yeah, so like I don't know if this is really gonna crack the code on like the executional thing and whatnot. There's something to be said in fighting games having execution. There's two sides of the fence that the internet's screaming at each other over, where you have old boomers like me saying stuff that like, oh, when there's depth there in terms of certain things being like special, and the strength of certain things being tied to things that are difficult to do means something, where other people are just like, no, I should be able to do everything with every character easily and whatnot. But this game is very strange to me. It's been, and I haven't had nearly as smooth of a time as you've had. One, I got denied out of both betas. They never got back to me ever, and I was like, the second one's coming out. They have to like this. Whatever. I missed the rounds on the first one, and the second one, I'm sitting there waiting, and I'm like, okay, just looking at my email. It's like, come on now, just let me, because I have a lot of issues with this type of game. I don't know who this game is for. First off, because the people who are going to be doing a lot of the really crazy stuff in this video game, it's gonna be hard because it's gonna turn into a one-touch game. It really is, unless they just completely scale damage to an absurd degree that makes doing things like not even worth it. You're gonna get touched into just one character combos you, puts you to the corner, and they tag in their other character into a super, follows up the super into a knockdown into another super. Okay, they're dead, and then back to neutral for the next character to then get touched and the same thing to happen again.
I was watching because Bob sent me these videos. Justin Wong playing Blitzcrank Alawi, and I think he's like, I just have to touch him, and then he like hits them once, and then like 90%s them like easily.
Yeah, yeah. And even the baby stuff that I sent you that require you could the combos that I came up with within 5 minutes is 1 bar of super for the point character and 1 bar of super for the whatever, and that's like 75% health, and that puts them in the corner, and then they have to deal with the Lowy pressure in the corner.
See, but their benefit is that they're fighting me.
They don't know that.
They don't know who is this person? He sucks.
So I guess to get back on track, I'm kind of scatterbrained considering I like lost oxygen coughing so much. I got denied out of both betas, right? They never got back to me. Yatra was like sick and like drawing and be like, Scub, I'll send you a friend invite to the beta. I can't play it. I was like, thanks, Yatra. Never got the code. And so I'm fighting this thing, and I'm in Discord watching Twitch streams of like these other VTubers, right, playing, and they're like, oh my god, like they reached out to me, like I'm playing, and they're playing for like 10 people, like 10 viewers, 10, 20 viewers. They're like, Riot reached out to me to like play their beta, so like I'm gonna hop online, I'm just gonna have fun with League of Legends characters and stuff. Proceeds to like literally get mauled to death within like 15 minutes, and they're like, okay, I think I'm gonna go do something else now. And I'm like, you reached out to these people, and I'm right here.
Have you still not gotten in? Are you in now?
Yes, I'm in now.
Oh,
that's why I've been playing and coming up with
that's right.
combos to send you, Beshi.
So, sorry. Like my brain was like, no, he already told me he skipped the tutorial. I know he's in here, but your story was so sad. I was like instantly forgot about it. I was like, has he not gotten in yet?
I took you back in time. I was literally just. It looks like, don't take it personally. A lot of people did get it, and I was like, but it's me.
But it's me.
I took it so personally because fundamentally I already had issues with. I was like, I don't think it's gonna work. I think this is gonna be a wash. It's gonna be a whatever. And then it was just like, this turned out to be a wash. These people are getting their backs blown out. But eventually I signed up again under a different email, not the one I signed up with originally. And they were just like, oh, here you go. I was like, but what about the email I started? Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, like Bob gave me a key because you get like 3 or whatever, and it wouldn't let me do it under my actual Riot account because it was like, oh, you want to use this key, well, you already registered for the beta, you don't have to do this. Like, but I can't get in, so I ended up having to make a new Riot account.
That's so you had to make a different account altogether to use the friend code because you were
because I was already signed up for the beta. It wouldn't like go through. It was very weird. Do you want me to make your day worse?
Yes, please do.
Okay, so you know how you struggled really hard to get this code, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Theo was watching us play, and he's like, well, Bob, I don't want to take one of your keys because, you could give it to somebody that actually plays fighting games. So he's like, I'll just sign up for the beta, and if I get in, I get in. The next fucking day, he got a key.
Oh my god. Riot wants me to hate this game. They want so desperately for me just to fucking hate this game. It's insane. So okay, so
so funny.
oh my god. So I finally get in, right?
Yeah.
And I start like I'm playing games. The first one I was playing a Blitzcrank and a Yasuo. It's a duo team, right? These
Yeah.
guys are playing together. Bro, I had the Yasuo wave dashing backwards, just because dash is on a button.
Yep.
And you can cancel the frames doing it backwards. So he was just doing it all the way back screen, doing a full screen hit that if I moved in and he tagged me, he would go into a full combo. His friend would come into Blitzcrank and would literally like just delete my character. And the recovery on the character, it was infuriating. I was like, okay, this is fine. I literally don't know how to play yet. The next person I fought was a Yasuo playing Juggernaut. I 10-0 this person, and on like the 11th game, they finally get the touch, and they do this long ass combo that eventually 100%s my character because they're playing Juggernaut. And this person's whole strategy was like, just one. And they finally got the first game, like on the 11th game, and then they quit. They're like, GG.
You may be beating me, but I just need one hit. And the whole thing's gonna turn around. Oops, don't touch.
But I will say that I'm surprised at how fun Alawi actually is.
Oh, it's so fun. Like when you get them trapped in the corner and then you spawn even more tentacles and then they call in their assist to like help them and then you hit them and it spawns 2 tentacles and you're just like
Tentacle goes, you've been naughty, slap. And the synergy and stuff that I've kind of found with Ari and her is it's been fun. I played a little bit more, but I started kind of mauling people, and I didn't find someone who had been like sweating super hard, so I just kind of put it down, and I was like, all right. And then Royan was really gassed up and excited about it. Like he apparently is like, things make sense now. Like I talked to Milk, and like I'd like, okay, I think I understand. I was like, okay, you want to play? He's like, yeah. We play, okay. I play Roy. First off, we have a hard time creating a private room because whenever you make a private room, you set up and you're in a duos team. So you go into the room and you have to leave the duos team to then play separately on a 1v1. So we play the first game. He doesn't touch me. And my game freezes at the rematch screen where I've selected rematch. Roy is flickering around the screen, going back and forth, and then we just get frozen and we can't play anymore. So we have to Alt F4, reopen the game, get back into a room. It eventually got to the point where it was easier just to join a private lobby, split up, and then go sit at a cab somewhere to play. Yeah, so I played Roy for like 5 games. And every single game, it was like crashing, and it was almost like the game was like, just get off of him, because he literally didn't land a single combo.
Oh,
and
no.
I was like, okay, this is fine. So it was like, don't worry, get some rest. And then later on that night, he sends me a message, and he's like, I think I understand neutral now. And I was like, no, you don't. Oh, bless his heart. But I think he's gonna play Braum and Darius. Darius seems like the character to play on the side that's just like, oh, if the character I want to play is gone, I'm just gonna come back with Darius and just do 1, 2, 3 headless and like delete their life bar.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just kind of how it goes.
Um, so so sidekick, right? They're called
Uh-huh.
fuses, I think is what they're called. Um,
Uh-huh.
the things that you can pick. Uh, you can do duos with sidekick, and so the person that you're playing with can just sit with no life bar in the background and just call in their assist, and that's all they do during the game. Um,
No,
I
Meshi,
think
you don't get to play that one.
I think they also do the break, which is to push them off of you. But like I saw that because I watched a quick little like 2-minute video that explained the fuses, and it got to that one. Is like this one is like if you have a buddy that but doesn't really want to play fighting games but wants to still hang out with you, try Sidekick, where they can use their assist to help you in combat.
Just imagining you with a fight stick in your lap, looking over at me, sweating. Can we pick that one?
No, it would be you fighting for your life, not sweating, but being like calm, and then me in the background sweating
Rattle.
profusely, being like, "Oh my god, when do I call myself in? Do I break now? Do I save him now?"
Looks
So much pressure.
or presses the button once and just, you idiot!
You ruined my flow.
My Oki! You think you're helping, but you're not. Oh, so that happened. So I mauled Royan, and the other strange thing to me before I get into the last set that I played was the fact that you can be playing against somebody, kill one of their characters, and then they still have access to that character for the breaks and the assist calls.
God, I have things about that.
I think they need to put it back in the oven. It's so if I kill one of your characters, you should lose access to that thing, which is the assist call. Like, they're gone. They're dead. Kaputskis, right?
Yeah.
You're like, it's fine. It's fine if you want to have your Fury X Factor thing of like, oh, I have one character, so I'm gonna do a lot of damage now that I'm in this mode, and whatnot. Whatever, that's fine. But the fact that they still have access to being able to call the assist even though you've killed their other characters, kind of like, come on now. Like, they don't feel like hardly any weaker for losing that character other than that a life bar's gone. So I don't, that design decision I'm not really about. It's grinding against my boomer gears where I'm just like, no. I should be winning now because
Thank God
I
he killed my other character. I could focus on my one. Oh, thank you. You're doing me a favor.
Oh, thank God.
I think my annoying experience with it is just like, oh, hitting that character when they pop out is like, oh, I drained their life bar in the background, but hitting that character after that point is like, oh, you just I didn't get anything extra for beating the shit out of the character you randomly spawned in now. Great.
Bro. And this might just be me. Do your eyes get fucked up whenever they call in an assist or a burst and the camera zooms out and it keeps the assist character like at the edge of the screen so you unfocus off of the fight that's happening between you and the other person because the frame has to keep in the assist character at the back?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I hate it.
I get so confused.
Well, because it's disorienting. It's just like I want to focus. Like, what am I supposed? Because my eyes, because the camera zooms out and puts them in place, my eyes go to where it's almost like the camera's directing me to look at them. Like, I don't know what they're trying to solve. They're trying to solve assist calls being called off screen. Because in Marvel, what you used to be able to do is you used to be able to call your assist and super jump and move and get assist coming off screen and sometimes surprise people, or people didn't see the assist call happen or that kind of thing. And they want to be like, no, we want everybody to be ready for everything. It's just like you're unfocusing the camera and I can't see the asshole who's like mixing me up on the other side of the screen because it zoomed out like a Smash map and I can't see my character. So I'm gonna throw Milk under the bus. I decided to like put my ego aside for a little bit and be like, I don't agree with this game. Shocker, I don't like this game, and Milk does. So I'll Milk, you want to play? Let's just play a set. I need someone to beat me up because Roy is essentially worse than a trading dummy.
God damn.
And so me and Milk played, and I think it was like 5-1. Like I kind of mauled Milk. But so let me talk about like my gripes, right? Or my gripe. So Milk was playing Yasuo and Vi, right?
Yeah.
And Vi's got that charge up punch that she could charge and like fly at you, right?
Right.
So I have a Lowy out, and I'm watching Milk charge, like, and it was a Meshi moment. I was like, this fucking idiot. I'm going to scoop super you as soon as I watch you let go of this. Right? Because that thing just slaps the whole screen. I was like, you fucking idiot. I said in my brain. And I watch it I literally react. I'll watch it happen. I was like, let's scoop. And then all of a sudden, Scum just counter hit. I was like, I read him like a book. It looks like the supers don't have invul on them. I was like, but this seems like this should interact in this way, where it's like if I see you charging up a plus on block special move, that if I see you coming in, I should be able to be like, okay, tentacle slap. It was just a fun interaction. Oh, hello, Minotaur. We're having a podcast
level
moment.
3 that.
It's really funny. I don't often use the level 3s very often because essentially most of my games are like a 2-touch situation where I land the hit with Ahri, I do the Psylocke Psyblade super, and then I do into a Lowy scoop super, and on their wake up I put down the tentacle and I run at them, and then I hit them and I hurt them really bad, and then they're dead. And then I repeat that for the next character. So most of the time I don't have meter for level 3. But
So now for the layman side of that argument, not argument, but we're not you, so we level 3 a lot. It's already annoying.
because you've seen it so much.
We've seen it so much, and they last so long that it's like, oh, why did I level 3? This is taking forever.
This is taking forever.
I don't think level 3s will be seen a lot in this game for the reason that you stated. It was just like when you're learning the game and you're like, well, level 3 makes me invulnerable for a second. I'm gonna do it.
See, this is how little experience I have with it. I didn't even know the level 3s were invul. Which is funny. It's one of these things where like I came off my boomer grumpy mountain to see if anybody was up to the challenge, and right now not really, except for the super sweaty people, and I'm like, I don't want to play this fucking game with you people. Like, I don't care that much. So I'm just ascending back up to my mountain, and I'm gonna kind of wait for more stuff to happen. But I think we could play like duos and just see how it goes and just have fun.
I enjoy it as a casual friend game experience. I would probably hate this game if I had to play it. If I was solo queuing by myself against other people, I'd probably like hit that well of people that are like, I know how to assist. I know how to jump around the screen and swap back and forth. Whoop, I'm over there now. Who, you're punching that guy who doesn't matter. Whack!
Oh man, because I've already seen
I'm not
nasty
built for
things.
those kind of games.
Because there's so much you could do in terms of like, because Ahri has really extended combos. I haven't bothered really learning them. I have pretty basic bitch combos in comparison. What we can do is you can walk them to the other side of the screen, combo into her orb super, that OTGs them, and then you can assist call into Jinx, who does a full combo route, building meter while you're getting hit by the other super, go into her rocket super, and then go back into Ahri, and it's just like, oh, if you get touched by Ahri at the beginning, you're getting walked to the corner, and then you're getting multiple supered and just dead. And it's just like, oh. So, yeah, I'm interested to see where this game's going to go. We've kind of been, it's been an experience that has had a lot of, not so many highs and a lot of lows for me. And at some point my controller broke. Or it didn't break. The game stopped picking up my input, so I was stuck in the lobby, like frozen after I queued for a match, and I was like, wait, what? Why won't my inputs work now? Why can't I move? And there's a guy, like, because we both ran to the cab, and like he's on the cab, he's like, all right, I'm ready to play. And he's looking at me, and I'm like, go on without me. Because I can't move because the game won't pick up my stick input. It's been something.
That lobby experience is interesting because when I first queued up to play against randoms, and I was like walking around watching other people like fight at the time while I was in the queue, and then it was like, "Hey, asshole, go walk over here if you want to play your game." I'm like, "But I'm in queue. Can't you just why?
Can you just make me like play the game? Why do I have to walk all the way over there to sit down? I don't want to interact with you." Well, that's what I'm so simple. Give me a screen that says in queue, timer, and let me know when it goes off, and just put me against the person and let's just fight. Oh, have you customized your avatar?
The minimal amount that I was able to, yes.
Oh yeah, because you have to earn like funny bucks or whatever.
Yeah. So I didn't have a lot of choices. I tried to make him look like Gold Lewis. I couldn't make him fat enough.
Oh, I see.
But I was like, I can make Gold Lewis. I could do it.
Oh, that's the other thing. I didn't have access to my colors, which stunk. I like the Xbox green or whatever.
Well, yeah.
It looks good on Allow, and it looks good on Ari, and
I would love to be able to pick the color of the tentacles and pick Alawi's outfit at the same time.
Oh, are they the same color every time?
Yeah, they share the color of whatever the outfit is.
That would actually be pretty cool. Yeah. Free real estate. Riot hired that guy over there.
I'll come up with a bunch of stupid ideas.
Scum, what do I tell him? Excellent. So call the main head guy out. I'm not gonna get into this. Yeah, I think that's all that we have to say about 2XKO at this point. We'll come back next week with an update if me and Meshi get to duo queue and see how that goes. I'll be interested to see how that compares to our Strive 3v3. Because that Strive 3v3 was some of the most fun I had in fighting games, kind of period, if I'm being honest. It's kind of what brought me back to even give Strive another shot, like, later on now, is because of how much fun I had when Yumi and Yatra did the 3v3 stuff.
I
wish... Oh, it was so much fun. I'm glad we made some memories and I have them clipped out, but anyways. Okay, we're going to move on to the next section of our podcast now that we've spent 50 minutes talking about fighting games and whatnot on a fighting game podcast. We watched some movies. We're avid movie watchers. And I watched, wait for it, boom, Journey to the West, directed by Stephen Chow, who's the same guy who directed Kung Fu Hustle. So this is a fun, tongue-in-cheek version of Journey to the West. And a lot of people die really hard. It's kind of great. This movie was just fun, Meshi. It was so fucking funny. I don't know if it's going to show it here, but at one point they fight a pig demon and they're in disguise. So this girl starts beating up these pig demons who are in disguise, but they make squeaky noises because they're wearing like a fake face and stuff. So they sound like a squeaky toy every single time they get hit. Hold on, let's see if the sound is here for this.
儿歌三百首，
A quest to vanquish evil from this earth.
That's amazing.
So and then all the guys swarm in, and there's one dude who's just like, I'm already dead, and she's like, hink, hink, hink. Oh, this movie was just fun and just kind of over the top. If you like kung fu stuff, or you like what you call it, Chinese mythology or whatever,
Yeah.
it's just a fun movie. Guess that's really all I have to say about it. I mean, I guess I could tell you the premises. This guy who is a demon exorciser, but his teacher is telling him, "Oh, you can't kill demons. You have to use this nursery rhyme book and change their hearts with kindness." So he's flubbing and using a nursery rhyme book, trying to like change these demons' minds, while everyone else is super cool and doing cool stuff to fight the demons. Like this guy's got a giant foot, or it's a tiny foot that he makes into a magical giant foot, and he steps on people. He's called the Mighty Foot. This movie's awesome.
Oh my god, that looks so fucking funny.
So if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. There's a lot of funny bits in it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Journey wasn't Journey to the West. Did it have the Monkey King in it?
Yes.
Okay.
So what ends up happening in that movie is the demon exorciser and the girl who's also like exorcising demons journey off to the west, and they find the Monkey King who's already been imprisoned, but the Monkey King tricks them and he gets out of his thing and they have to fight him. Yeah, so I thought, like you think of Journey to the West thinking of the side of Wukong, right?
Yeah.
It's like, no, he's the bad dude in this movie. And it's kind of funny watching him like kill some of the guys. But I guess we're here for our weekly update. Meshi, tell me all about Alien Earth. Where's it going?
So, shit has happened. One of the robot children, cyborg children. No, they're not really cyborgs. Kind of had a very traumatic event several episodes ago. And they're
Okay.
kind of like revealing the fallout of that. And so she's kind of psychologically snapped to the point where she's like, I'm having a baby, which she's not physically capable of doing in her current form. And so, but she's convinced that she is. And her therapist is like, oh no, you can't have one. And so it pisses her off, and she almost kills the therapist. And then they're like, well, we have to fix this. So what do you think their way of fixing it was?
I have no idea. You're giggling, so it's gotta be dumb.
Well, it's not really dumb. It was just they wiped her memory of like everything.
Oh, okay.
They reset her brain. And then the one main lady who's trying to figure out the alien language, who's also a robot, discovers that they wiped her memory, and she gets really pissed at them and all this other stuff. And she's kind of siding more with the aliens now than the humans. It seems like that's kind of what they're building up to, because she's every time somebody talks to her about like, oh, these aliens, they're just bloodthirsty creatures, they're they'd kill you if they could get out of that glass. And she's like, well, they didn't ask to be brought here, they're just here. They're just so
they didn't ask to be here. Ah, I see.
Yeah, so she's kind of going deeper into the, oh, the aliens are, who I really want to be around kind of way. And then the main robot, who's actually like a synthetic, who I can't remember his actor's name, but he's the guy with the bleached hair and eyebrows,
Yeah.
that you see in the trailers and stuff. He's up to no good, as usually the synthetic is in an alien movie.
Mhm.
So basically, the cyborg from Utani, who's trying to get back the specimens because that's his like life's work, and everyone on his ship died for it. Um, he got into contact with one of the cyborg, or one of the children, and basically threatened his family unless he basically infected somebody with an alien so he could get them off of the island that they're on. And apparently that's that fucking synthetic can just they're recording like all of their thoughts and all of what they see. So he knows what's going on, but he's not doing anything about it. So in one of the scenes, he sees stuff happening, and then the main guy looks over him. He's like, "Oh, is something wrong?" And he looks at him. He's like, "Nope." And he's just like continuing to scroll through these cameras and watching this kid fuck everything up. Um, but it's so so shit hits the fan and like the funniest. I don't know if it's funny, but it's funny to me. So one of the kids
Mhm.
wants to be a scientist. Like, oh, I got to be an assistant. Now that's what I want to do. I'm going to be a scientist. Yay me. They upload all these things into my brain and I instantly know everything about it. I'm going to be a scientist. So
Mhm.
he's that synthetics assistant, and he's been helping with all of the weird alien creatures. Not just the alien, but the other aliens that are there. And so the synthetic and the guy are away because they went to a meeting with Utani. Um, and so he's like, okay, well, you need to feed the animals, clean their pens, make a log of whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, sweet, I'm gonna do it. And so he goes in there and he feeds the eyeball thing that's infected a goat, who's
Mhm.
like super smart. He feeds him, puts a tray away, and then he gets to these weird bug things that have made a nest in the corner of the room. And he to feed them, it's basically like only one door can be open at a time. They have their door and then their door on their side. So he goes to open his side of the door and he fucking rips it off the hinges because it's stuck. And so he's just like, oh, and he just sets it down. And his fucking dumbass goes over to the computer. Is like, well, I'll just open the door. It'll be okay. So he just opens the big ass door and walks in there with
Oh,
food.
yeah.
And then the goat thing that's watching him is watching him do this. And so he's trying not to wake up the weird insect things in the corner. So he's doing it all quietly, and he's trying to also not go fully into the room. He's trying to set the tray down. He's like, ah. And the goat bashes its head against the wall, and it scares him so bad that he jumps into the room and the door shuts and locks behind him. And
Oh god.
and then the insects wake up and they like crawl into onto his face, and he's like he's trying not to freak out, but then they they like turn around on his face so their ends are like near his eyeballs, and they just start spraying him with acid, and his entire face
Oh.
just melts. And then while it's melting, they shove their end into his mouth and then just start squirting it all in there.
Oh
It's just like,
fuck.
oh god.
Oh, rest in peace to that guy. That sucks.
um it was really brutal. And then the goat just kind of looks at him dead on the floor, and he's like, yep. And then he goes off and he starts eating his own thing. And he's just like,
Sucks to suck.
yeah, sucks to suck. Meanwhile, the synthetic guy's watching this. He's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, well, dumbass,
Indubitably.
yeah. So the Indian guy is sorry. One of the kids is Indian.
Okay.
Basically, he's the one that's been contacted by the cyborg. He
Mhm.
has to go and infect somebody. So he's trying to find somebody. He tries to infect the main girl's brother, and he's like, "Well, you're acting really fucking weird." And he gets rescued unintentionally by his squad who's like, hey, we're gonna go scan the island. And he's like, oh, okay, perfect. And they leave that weird, awkward situation. And there's this couple. One is the therapist, and the other is her husband, and they're like the main brains behind putting these kids' brains into cyborgs. And the husband has a moral issue because he's like, I don't want to erase their memory. I want them to be kids. This is not what we signed up for. They're supposed to, we're supposed to make it work. And
Yeah.
she's over here like, I can do it. I'll do it. Yeah, I have no quorums with it. And he's looking at her like, what the fuck, bitch? Like, what? We're because they're husband and wife. And so he gets fired and told to leave. And so the brother of the main lady, main synthetic lady, is trying to rescue his sister from this island because he wants to take her off of it. So he goes into that room with the guy who's like, oh, yeah, I've been fired. I have to leave. And he's like, well, is she safe here? He's like, oh, yeah, of course she's safe. And he like walks him over to the computer where her vitals are. And he starts typing in like, this is the boat code. Get the fuck out now. Leave. He's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And so that guy, when the brother walks away, notices that the kid is dead. The one that got sprayed in the face. So the Indian kid is at the lab because he's supposed to get one of the eggs. And the guy walks in, he's like, have you seen blah blah blah? And he's like, no. And he's like, and he goes into the lab, and while he's trying to he sees the dead kid and he's trying to pull him out of the room. And while he's pulling him out of the room, the Indian kid walks over and opens the egg room for the aliens, and then just locks that guy in the lab. And then it just fucking latches onto his face. And then the synthetic is just watching this happen. He's like, yeah, 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 all according to plan. He just seems like, I can't tell if he's just like, I want to watch this world burn down, or he's just like, I wonder what the fuck's gonna happen next. This is gonna be really interesting.
This is neat.
This is neat. But yeah, shit will hit I'm guessing that the next episode shit's gonna hit the wall. Because the cyborg guy is planning a Yutani strike team to come in so they can steal the aliens back. A guy got eaten by an alien, or not eaten, but he got face hugged, so there's gonna be another alien. The weird eye thing is probably gonna break out and do weird shit to people's heads. It's gonna be a good time. It's building up to something really bad. And I know it's gonna be really bad because the security team was walking around the island going, we got it easy around here. Nothing ever happens. We get paid. We can't leave, but you know what? We're safe. Yeah, it's a good time.
Good time. Okay. We're caught up with that. Oh, I think we're on an ad break, so we'll wait for those wonderful ads to go by before I take you down a shitty movie rabbit hole.
Footage one. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Did you watch all of them?
Yes. Oh, actually, I probably need to pause this real quick So, went down the rabbit hole because saw our funny random YouTube short. So, decided, hey, let's watch Cloverfield. This movie was pretty big back when it came out. It was kind of like a big, I remember people speaking very fondly of this movie because it's a found footage film during an alien attack, and you follow a group of people who tries to get out of the city, and they realize, oh, that girl I had a one-night stand with, I feel terrible. I need to go save her because she left me a voicemail of her sounding like she's dying in her apartment, so I need to go back. So this group of friends travels into the city and navigates it um, to go save her, right?
Right.
Do you remember the guy from Deadpool? Like his like a little assistant guy who's always making
Yep.
quips and stuff with the glasses. He's the camera guy during this entire movie.
Yeah, that's right.
So he it felt a little forced at certain points. You could tell he hadn't quite fallen into his acting groove yet. Um but he's still doing the same stuff.
Right.
Oh, so he was a little he got a little old for a while, but overall I had fun with it. The CG held up for the most part because you don't really see the aliens all that much, like the big one. The little ones make a hilarious noise. It's like a nerd like running out of breath. It's really funny. Um because it dropped the big one dropped these little ones who like run on the floor and chases them like in the subway tunnel. And one of the most gruesome deaths I've ever like I didn't expect to happen
Yeah.
was one of the girls got bit. I was like, oh yeah, that sucks. And they make it back to like the military little sanctuary kind of area, and she's like, oh no, we have a bite, and it's like, oh god. So they start taking her away, and she goes behind like a plastic screen, and she just pops, like it's over. Like, because she's bleeding out of the eye, screaming for her life, and they take her behind a curtain, and she just explodes.
Yeah.
So ultimately, everyone dies except for the main character and the girl he went back to save, who end up dying underneath a bridge in Central Park. For the most part, for like a found footage film and kind of whatever, like I was decently okay with it. I'd call it like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I don't necessarily completely regret watching it, but it wasn't the best thing I'd ever seen. It was just kind of eh. Have you
Remember,
seen this movie?
I did. I've seen it probably twice now. I saw it in theaters. I remember we went with like a group of like 7 people, and 4 of those people ended up getting motion sick while watching that movie.
That's the other thing, the shaky cam. Royan said the same thing, where it's like, oh yeah, like I can't watch that movie because I got sick watching the camera shake all over the place.
Yeah.
Which honestly, that's kind of a fair like argument. So I hadn't seen the first one, so that was all new to me. But hiccup. Okay. So that leads us into the second movie. Now, I had seen this movie. I remember John Goodman doing a really good job at being creepy, and you kind of going back and forth whether like this guy's good or bad or like what's going on, right?
Right.
I remember back in when I watched it, I got really annoyed at the main character girl really fast. And I see why now. They have her jump to conclusions way too quickly. John Goodman twerking, that's hilarious. So this is weird as a sequel to the Cloverfield found footage film, because 99% of this movie takes place in this bunker, and you're dealing with 3 people who think that they can't get out of the bunker. So it's kind of like this kind of psychological, like, kind of like horror thing of like, oh god, what's really going on up there, and that kind of thing. And it's just essentially these 3 people like essentially fighting each other.
Right.
And then the movie jumps the shark really hard. I feel as though I would have liked this movie more had the movie kind of ended more when she got up to the surface. Have you seen this one, Meshi?
I have seen it. Yeah.
Okay, so you get the initial scare of the lady outside, right? When she makes her first attempt to get out, and the lady's screaming like, "Let me in! It barely touched me. Let me in! Let me in!" And then she finally gets out. And do you remember what happens when she gets out, Meshi?
Yeah, I do.
She made a hazmat suit out of a shower curtain with a plastic bottle filter for the face, and sealed it with duct tape. And then she finds out like the air is breathable, so that the idea of that shower curtain thing even working in the first place is just silly in and of itself. She ends up dodging like an alien dog, getting into a car, getting picked up by the alien ship with a mouth. She takes a Molotov cocktail and throws it into the floating alien ship mouth thing and blows up the entire thing. Falls back down to the ground in the truck, completely unharmed. Gets in another car, drives away, and she picks up a radio signal. It's like, come to this place if you have experience with medical stuff or experience in the fight, blah, blah, blah. She's like, all right, I'm gonna go fight the aliens, and turns off and like drives that way. It was just so corny, man. It was just like so.
In that way, yeah.
It needed to end with her getting to the surface and being like, oh my god, that guy was nuts, and he was trying to trap me in that basement like he did that other girl. And then she needed to see like the alien ship thing and be like, oh fuck, and it just cut. So John Goodman was so good in this. I loved him. He was great. Everything else about this movie was awful. So shouts to John Goodman.
I'd be so afraid that if I was trapped in a bunker with John Goodman, he would just start eating me. Like, John, we have too much food over here.
You're gonna have what's left. So it was very jarring looking at it in retrospect in terms of like, this is the sequel movie because it's like in the Cloverfield universe and whatnot, and a very different film.
Yeah, the Cloverfield universe, cinematic universe, the cuckoo.
Yes, the cuckoo. Yes. So that leads us into the third movie, which is Cloverfield Paradox. Now, Meshi, have you seen this movie?
I did not see it. I just heard it was bad.
You have no idea. First off, I gotta say something real quick. Have you seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Oh man, years and years ago.
So, not Michelle Yeoh, but the other lady in it. She's in this movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Her name is Zhang Ziyi, okay?
We're okay.
She hasn't aged a fucking day, and this movie is 26 years later after Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It was insane.
I don't age.
My jaw dropped. I was like, that's literally her. And Royd was here, and I was like, no, Royd, I don't think you understand. I pulled up an image from her Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I was like, that's her 20-something years ago. This looks the same. Anyways, I was really happy to see her in something else because I hadn't seen her in another movie in a while. This movie was so awful. Oh God, how do I start? So they're on this space station, right? And they have this gun thing that they can shoot off. They went to space to test it. And they're trying to get a renewable energy source. And it has to deal with pulling energy from a parallel dimension and into theirs and whatnot. And they have to go to space to shoot it. Okay?
Okay.
To test it because it can't be safe. Meshi, that woman's 50 years old. I don't think you understand. To put that in perspective. Sorry, I was
pathetic.
I was flabbergasted. I was like, there's hope for me. So, oh God, this movie jumped the shark in like 15 different ways. I guess I'll start with the premise. Okay. So, they're up in space, and every country has their own representative in this Cloverfield space station, right?
Okay.
Our main character is this lady on the left, and her husband is back on Earth, and they talk with their super advanced communication devices, right?
Right.
So they had a family, and that family died in a house fire due to a energy core thing that I guess was the wrong specification. It caused a house fire, and their kids died. Okay?
Brutal. All right.
Horrible, horrible thing. So she pursued her career and went to space, and they're on the space station for like 2 years at this point, 600 something days. The husband's like a nurse back on Earth. So they go to shoot. They're like, okay, everything's ready. We're gonna shoot the laser thing and see if we could. If this is a success, we'll have like an energy source that's stable, and no one will go without power ever again. Amazing. They shoot it off, and it goes wrong, and they are drifting through space. And they're like, "What happened? Where's the Earth?" And they look outside, and they're flipping through space.
Okay.
So that shot caused an explosion, and they're flipping off and drifting off into space. And they're like, okay, we can't repair the space station. We just have to try to get it stable, cut off the stuff that we can't, and focus on survival. They go down, and they're like searching through the... Well, I was going to see if I could find the portion of the trailer where it was at. Anyway, I'll show her. Where the fuck is she? So they're going through the space station, and they hear banging on one of the panels, and they're like, what the fuck is that? And it sounds otherworldly. Like it sounds like a monster or something. And you're like, what is that? And the person's like, we need to take the panel off right now to see what's behind the thing. We need to get in there. It's like, why would you immediately jump to hearing the most grotesque, guttural, weird thing in the world to like, I need to open this panel now to see what's on the other side. So the whole crew starts fighting whether they should open the panel. And they take off the panel, and this woman here is trapped in the wall with tubes and wires through her. It looks like she got teleported into the wall, and she's got pipes like going through parts of her neck and stuff, and she's writhing in agony as she's impaled by all this stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they cut her out, and they're like, who is this woman? And she says one of their names, and she's like, how do you know my name? I don't know who, like, who are you? And you're like, you were all...
alive?
Yeah, she somehow lived. They cut her out of the wall, and they rehabilitate her, and they get her back on track. I was gonna see it. There she was. So she was stuck in the wall, and I guess nothing vital was hit. But she's right here. She's laying sideways, and she's just in the wall with all this stuff through her. And turns out they teleported themselves into a parallel dimension where she's on the station, and she knows everybody else except for the pretty Chinese lady I keep talking about. She's like, she's not on the station in her dimension, but now our people are in their dimension. And this is causing terrible things to happen on Earth as each dimension is trying to consume itself because reasons. I guess because they shot the thing off, now the realities are trying to mesh or something. So in order to fix it, they need to like fix the station enough to fire off another shot to bring equilibrium or something to the multiverse. Whatever. Then one of the guys ends up going, and he's like fixing stuff with the space foam that like seals up joints and stuff, and he's going around fixing stuff. His arm gets sucked into the wall, and it starts moving around. Like he starts moving around in this impossible space as like the wall of the ship like swallows him and moves around freely, like just like this open hole just is now here. and he loses his arm, and it's not violent, it's just gone. It looks like a piece of deli ham at the end of it, like a clean cut all the way through, and he's just like, I just don't have an arm now.
This reality, I don't have an arm. I'm okay with this.
They end up, let's see if we can find it, because it's just hard to explain. I don't know why I'm actually trying to explain this movie. It was not good, and you should never watch it. Well, let's see. I think it's coming up here. Okay. Oh, there it was. God damn it. I went past it again. I don't have good reactions. They find the guy's arm, Meshi.
Uh-huh.
It's sentient.
Of course it is.
So they put this arm is like moving around like the thing from the Addams Family. Hans, right? And it's just going, and they put it in like a clear glass container. It's like, are you controlling it? He's like, I'm not controlling it. Otherwise, I'd be giving you the bird right now with it. And
Okay.
it's moving around and it's flipping. And it's like, what's it doing? It looks like it's trying to write. So they throw a pen underneath it, and it grabs the pen and it writes out, "Look inside one of the guys." And one of the guys ended up dying horribly and vomited up a bunch of worms, because there's a worm farm on board, and somehow the worms ended up inside of him, and they took over his brain, and he made a pistol with a 3D printer and tried to shoot people, and he ended up convulsing on the ground, barfed up a bunch of worms, and he died. The hand writes out, "Look inside that guy, open up so-and-so." And they're like, what? So they go to cut that guy open, and the power source is now within his chest cavity, because whenever they flip dimensions, I guess that's where it ended up.
Okay.
I don't know why the hand knows this and why it's writing, because the parallel dimension version of the space station blew up horribly and all of the blonde lady's friends died, and she's the only one who's living in the wall. So I don't know why detaching the hand is causing the hand to now write like it's its own thing, and why it would know that the power source is inside of the guy. I'm stalling for time trying to figure out how to explain what else happens in the movie.
Why not explain how it ends?
Okay. So the plan is this lady lost her kids and is in space, and her husband's down on Earth. They are going to fire off the gun, the particle gun thing again, right? To go back to their dimension, to hopefully correct all this.
Okay.
But she's going to stay behind in the parallel dimension so she can get into one of the escape pods with the blonde lady to go down to Earth to then talk to the parallel family to tell them that you should check out the power source in the house to make sure a house fire hasn't started, so you don't lose your kids.
Okay.
The reason that everything's going wrong on Earth and that these aliens, I guess, are coming to Earth is because they opened up a dimensional breach or whatever, and her being here is not a good idea. They need to go back to where you came from to right everything. She's like, no, my family's more important. And the captain's like, they're not your family. That's your parallel dimension version of yous. That's her family. And she's living on Earth and she's happy. They're not your kids. It's like, but I have to warn them. So in this alternate reality, she never became an astronaut. She stayed at home and lived on Earth and had a family. And she got to be with them. At this point, the house would have already blown up had that been the same case, but things are happening different in this alternate reality So there's no point for her to be doing this in the first place.
Okay. You've obviously thought about this more than the movie itself.
The movie keeps trying to tell her, you shouldn't do this. There's no point. And she looks at them and just like, you just wouldn't understand.
Okay.
The captain sat. Okay, so they have to release part of the space station to make it stable, but it can't be released unless the other portion's sealed. So they're doing a space mock. They're doing a spacewalk while gravity is no longer functioning properly due to them being in a parallel weird paradox state. So gravity stops functioning correctly. So they're doing a spacewalk while gravity's shifting back and forth and whatnot. To put it in perspective, this wall becomes magnetized. And all of the stuff ends up floating to the wall. There's a bunch of the metal foam stuff on the wall that becomes like tentacles. And for some reason reaches out and grabs this guy and pulls him into the wall and kills him. This is the guy who lost his arm, and then the wall claims the rest of him through foam goo made into tentacles because now this wall's is now magnetic. Notice how none of these things have anything to do with each other?
Yep.
Because I'm watching this scene happen, and you're watching like the foam become spikes, and you're like, oh fuck. The wall's now magnetized for paradox reasons. It's going to impale him, right? No, it becomes flappy little tentacles and grabs him and pulls him the other way. Meshi, this movie, it broke me. Okay, where was I? Okay, so
Someone had to do a storyboard for this movie.
So, the husband on Earth of our reality that we're watching,
Okay.
he goes to the hospital, and the hospital's no longer there because it swaps sides with the other paradox, and I guess their side's being attacked by the aliens, so the thing blows up and is now on their side, and he finds the child of the blonde lady who's no longer in their dimension. Apparently she died in their dimension, but her child now crossed over from the parallel dimension, so he got her daughter and is holding her safe in a bunker. This subplot really goes nowhere, other than that's what happens. And then everyone dies horribly except for the lady who was going to stay behind in the parallel dimension to go warn her family till she realized, wait, I can't get down to the thing. Let me send a voicemail to myself to the parallel thing, because I don't know why she would need to go down to the planet in the first place if she could just communicate to herself via a message, but whatever. So she sends herself a voicemail and says, don't worry, you're not going crazy. I'm you, but not you. And there's two very important things that you need to know. One, check the power source of your house. Mind you, if this was the same as the other side, it would have already happened by now. So clearly their house and the choices they made and where they're living and how they're set up is not the same as yours, because your other side's living a different life, possibly in a different area with different circumstances altogether. It's like, there's two things you have to listen to. This, one, check the power source of your house. Two, and then she goes on a 5-minute monologue about how you should hold your family close. And it's like, yeah, she did, because she stayed home with them and she stayed on Earth.
She hung up like 2 minutes ago.
And I made the joke midway through her like whole ranting. I was like, voicemail box is full. So she's trying to have this dramatic moment, and it just kind of makes her seem stupid because the script is poorly written.
Right.
So what ends up happening is Wall Lady realizes, things aren't right here. And it's because y'all are here causing a paradox, blah, blah, blah. Because y'all being here isn't right because all of you have already died. So the idea that you're going to go back to your dimension while leaving us the schematics for this space laser is childish because we'll never be able to build the space laser in time to put it up into space and to shoot it off as well to bring equilibrium. What I need to do is kill all of you to bring balance to everything. So she gets the 3D printed gun and she starts just popping caps at people.
She's the chosen one.
The chosen one. And for all intents and purposes, with what's going on, she's right.
Is she right because you can't understand the movie any other way, so you kind of have just to assume she's right?
It's the fact of she explains that your idea that you would come back down to my planet to talk to your family and to think that you could send the space station back while we build the schematics that you sent to us to then launch something back up into space before everything implodes on itself is dumb. So I'm going to shoot all of you.
I'm on her
and
team.
I would sacrifice 4 people for the lives of billions.
All right.
The movie wants you to feel like she is an evil person.
I thought I thought the next sentence you said was, the movie ends there.
No, I wish it had.
So yeah, so she goes crazy and starts shooting everybody, and then the movie's like, oh, look how evil she is. She's killing everybody.
Meanwhile, she's explaining this in full thing. It's like, no. If y'all no longer exist in this reality, things should even out. She shoots the wall, and they get into a fight, and she ends up getting sucked out into space and dies.
Oh.
One of the guys, the German guy, where is he? Anyways, one of the guys who takes like 5 bullets to the chest somehow lives. And they strap themselves in and they shoot the gun thing off again, and they go to their parallel world. Or they go back to their dimension, right? Like, oh, we made it. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention. In the voicemail she sent her parallel self, she included schematics for the space gun. So they would also have the tools to build it and send it into space and correct everything that's going on. They shoot the thing off and they go back to their world. And like, oh, we made it. Hot damn. Houston, we've made it back. And they're like, oh my god, we lost you. You disappeared and now you're back. That's awesome. And he's like, okay, we're heavily damaged. We need assistance. We're gonna use the safety pod thing and shoot ourselves back down to Earth. And they're like, okay, sounds good. We'll pick you up. We'll track you. So then the movie ends with the husband on phone with, I guess, space station people. And he's like, wait, you told them to come back to Earth? Why would you do that? These things are down here. What are you doing? No, tell them to stay. Tell them to stay. And he has this big dramatic thing. And you see the life pod thing go, like, enter orbit, go down through the clouds. And as it goes through the clouds, a giant head of the monster doesn't eat them. I wish it had. Pops out of the clouds and goes, rah! And then it ends. So the only part of this movie had to deal with the alien was the very last scene of the movie.
Wait, so Houston was like, "Oh yeah, you guys can come back to Earth," but they. Oh my god, there's so much wrong with this movie. It just.
Actually, I briefly brushed upon what happened in this movie. It jumped so many sharks and went in so many different stupid directions. And there.
Do you remember when this came out?
Like, it was kind of recent. I think it was within the last 10 years. Let's see.
It it was a Super Bowl. They released it at the Super Bowl. They were like, after the Super Bowl, make sure you watch Cloverfield Paradox.
2018. Oh my god, this was a Super Bowl movie.
Yeah. And I remember it like broke Netflix or something like that because like after the Super Bowl, everyone went and watched it because it's Cloverfield and whatever. And it turned out it was terrible. I can't remember if there was some like voting thing that went along with this movie.
There used to be a rating system in Netflix where you
Yeah.
could give things a thumbs up and a thumbs down. They have taken that away since, but you used to be able to rate things that way. And I would assume this movie got bombed into. And it's just funny because this guy's on the phone with Houston and he's like, wait, you told him to come back? And the guy on the other side like, well, yeah, the space station was falling apart. There's nothing else we could really do about it because they were going to die. And he's like, no, tell them to stay. And then you see the alien for like the last thing. This is the strangest trilogy because at no point do we ever get past the invasion. Every movie is a different side of the story that all intertwines with the invasion event happening. And
then nothing
it
else.
never progresses past that. So, I think I've been ranting about this movie for a really long time.
It's a very strange franchise.
Franchise is putting it loosely. So I finished it. My hands are wiped clean of it. I experienced this, Meshy, so you wouldn't have to.
Thank you.
I was belligerently livid at this woman and this plan she concocted and calling everybody else around her stupid for not understanding what it means to be a mother. And
But you know what? You know what?
uh-huh.
You made it through it, unlike War of the Worlds.
Oh my god, with Ice Cube. Oh, God bless.
Get off
Can
the
I be-
phone! Wait.
Where's your protein? What do you mean you have more carbs today? It's like, you were watching me buy food from a coffee shop? I'm always watching. Aren't you on the clock for
I'm
national
doing naughty
security?
things under this desk.
And it's hard to call that War of the Worlds movie a movie because it's essentially just a desktop screen share of a messaging thing with voice calls going on. It's not even like the full screen is like anything's happening. It's like parts of the screen are like 360p at like 15 frames a second, while Ice Cube's face is like. Okay. I'm done. I'm sorry. I needed my Cloverfield ranting for the day. Meshy, tell me all about Guillermo del Toro's scary thing. What is this?
So apparently it's been around since like 2022. I think there's only one season, but it's basically like Twilight Zone or like Creep Show if you remember those.
Mhm.
It's like his version of that.
Anthology.
Yeah. And he basically he always does an intro where he
Mhm.
walks out on a stage and he talks. It's kind of hard to understand him because of his accent, but you kind of get through it. And basically like he pulls out of the box something that's related to the story that's going to be told. So far I think I've watched 4 or 5 out of the 8 episodes, I believe.
Mhm.
They've all been pretty good. One of them was a little weirder and I didn't really care for. Well, no, it's not that I didn't care for it. It was just really weird. But I love creepy, monstery, weird
Was
things.
that
and
fucking Eric Andre?
I haven't gotten to that episode yet.
Okay.
But like the first episode, oh my god, that is Eric Andre. But it scratches that horror anthology, and I think it benefits from them being like 45 minutes rather than being like
Mhm.
full movies. Some of them I wish were longer. Um, but like the first one was kind of weird. Had to deal with Nazis because the
Nice. Okay.
Nazis always got to be doing occult shit.
Mm-hmm.
And a storage unit. So basically, like an old former Nazi had like weird shit in his storage unit, and then he dies, and his
Mm-hmm.
storage unit gets picked up by a guy that's just everything bad has happened to him in the world, and it's made him hate everybody, like anybody.
Ooh.
He's basically he's gone full racist. He hates anybody that's not white, because of
Nice.
the things that have happened to him during his life. I don't know if that's relevant to this story, but that's the backstory we're given about that guy.
That's who
Uh,
the Nazi storage unit with the cult stuff gets dropped into that guy's lap.
yeah, he gets a heads up that this guy might have some valuable stuff in there. He goes out and buys it. He has money troubles. He's in with like a loan shark or whatever. They're gonna break his knees unless they pay. He pays
Uh-huh.
it off. He's like, oh fuck, I need a big score. So he finds this occult shit in there. And he takes it to a dealer, and she's like, ooh, occult shit. I don't like it, but I know somebody that will. And so, of course, another German dude shows up.
Oot.
Oh my god. And he talks about basically there's these 3 books. He's like, oh, they all have to do with like occult shit and summoning demons and binding demons. Each one is used for a different process in the ritual. And the 4th one, if you have it, I'll pay you $300,000 for it. He's like, oh shit, we're going back to that storage unit. So the German guy goes in with him into his truck. He doesn't drive himself. He's like, I'll ride with you. And so they drive back in his truck to the storage unit. And the German guy's just mouthing out all this occult stuff and like, oh, you used to do this. And then he talks about the old guy that dies, like, oh yeah, he was the worst. They say he offered up his sister to be bound by a demon. And the 4th book is really rare because if the demon who's bound by the book loses out on their end of the deal, it burns itself, and is destroyed. So they're very rare.
Okay.
Uh, and so they go into the storage unit, and they find a hidden locked door. And the guy's like, I knew the storage unit was too small, because all the other storage units were like way bigger than his. But there was so much shit in here, he didn't see it. And they open up this door, and it's basically like death is what they're smelling or describing. He's like, oh my God, what is that? And the German guy was like, this is the equivalent of what we say demons marking their territory like dogs. Um, and so all the walls just have like scripture on them and crosses and whatnot. And this guy's like fed up with it. He's like, I don't believe in this occult shit. Da 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 da. I just want to get paid. So they walk down this hallway. He's like, oh my God, it's so fucking disgusting in here. And then they come upon this room with this like mummified corpse on the ground, in an occult circle, and her face is just a black mess. Like it's
Mhm.
not there. Like the face is gone. It's just a hole, and inside is these wiggling tentacles, which they can very clearly see.
Mhm.
And the German guy warns him. He's like, if we run into a cult shit in here, if we run into a demon, you do not speak to it, you do not look at it, you don't do anything, or else they'll possess you and do all this weird shit to you. And he's like, fucking believe in that. And so he fucking he sees this scene on the ground of that
Mhm.
with the no
That's
face
funny.
and the weird things, and he's like, oh my God, so we did possess the German's like, oh my God, so he did give his sister up to the demon. And the guy seeing that goes, oh hey, there's the book. I'm getting my fucking money. And he walks across the circle and breaks it. And he grabs the book. He's like, got it.
Cooked.
And then the demon wakes up and basically it spouts all these tentacles, like the torso explodes into all these tentacles, and this guy is looking at it, and he runs back to the Nazis like, oh shit, what do we do? And the German guy is just standing there with like a smile on his face, like, oh my god, this is so cool. And then it just grips him and swallows him whole. And then the guy seeing that just takes off. He's sprinting for his life, trying to get out of this place with this thing following him. And then he gets his comeuppance because the only door out is locked and you have to open it from the outside. And basically on the other side of that door is one of the people he was super racist to. And she's just like, and she locks the door so he can't get out. And then the thing like finds him and then just eats him.
Cooked.
It's like it slowly wraps its tentacles around him, and he's like, oh.
That's pretty awesome.
It was a good first episode. Fucking you remember Rodney from Stargate Atlantis?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a character in one of them, which is like he plays, it's old timey England. He plays a graveyard gravekeeper. Basically his story is rats are stealing all of the bodies in the graveyard, so he can't loot them. Like, oh, he pulls gold fillings, he steals necklaces, like he's in debt too. And then like every time he digs one up, the rats have basically eaten into the coffin and then dragged them into tunnels. So one of the guys is like a huge pay dirt for him because he's like super rich. He's got like gold fillings everywhere. He's got a sword that King George gave him. And so he like he digs him up, and by the time he digs him up, he just catches the rats dragging the corpse through a tunnel. And so his story is just going through this tunnel and trying to catch these rats. And then he finds like the Omega rat that's slow, that's blind but can smell him. And he's chasing him through these tunnels. The
Shin rat. That's hilarious.
It was a pretty cool little story. Like he died horrifically. In that he thought he was heading towards light because he saw light in the distance at the end of this tunnel. But when he gets there, it turns out it was just the reflection from his lantern hitting these silver emblems that are implanted into the coffin lids. So it's just so he gets inside of a coffin, and he realizes that where he's at, and then all of the rats come into the coffin and then just eat him out from the inside.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I highly recommend it. It's been a fun show. A lot of creepy stuff. This one that we're stuck on right now, this one was probably the weirdest, and I felt really bad for this cop. Because it was all about his wife wanting to be perfect and different, and she does legitimately look weird. But he loves her for it. He's like, no, you are perfect the way you are. Those other women are disgusting.
Damn.
You're like, he spends the entire episode just being super supportive and trying to get her on board, and she's just like, no, I'm hideous and horrible, and he ends up paying the price for it, and I felt really bad for him.
Damn. How does he get cooked?
She gets really angry at him. Because he's just like, no, you're perfect. You need to stop doing what you're doing because look at your skin. You got rashes and stuff all over you. You need to stop rubbing this ointment on yourself that you say is making you beautiful. And she's like, you just don't want to see me beautiful. And so she takes a scalpel and stabs him right in the forehead with it.
Oh!
And he's like, Barb, what the hell? And then he like falls over dead.
Oh, yeah, so that's her.
Yeah, that's her. And
Uh-huh.
what's worse is that she's into taxidermy, so she fucking taxidermies him
Oh
and then
god.
still pretends like she's he's alive and that he's her husband, and it's just like, oh, that poor guy, because it's a whole scene where you see her like grabbing the organs out of his body and stuff. Felt really bad for him. It's like, that's fucked up.
Are are you sure that this is Rodney and not the
It might be the
Melvin
other
guy
guy.
from whatever?
I couldn't
Because I was
tell.
looking for Rodney this entire time. I'm like, I don't see him. This is. Hold on, hold on.
Is it
Let me.
the other guy?
I think this
He,
is the my Steepler guy. Hold on, let me see.
he was in so much makeup. I was like, is it him? It seems like it is. I can't really tell.
No, my radar went off. Actually, no, you might be right. Yeah, David Hewlett or whatever. Maybe he just looks so much like the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's in very heavy makeup when he's in this thing.
Interesting.
So
Never mind. I shouldn't have doubted you. Well, I'm glad to hear that this was good because Guillermo del Toro is. This reminds me a lot of, I don't know if you ever saw like Scary Stories Told in the Dark or whatever.
yeah,
Because he did that. He adapted that and brought it to live action. It's kind of like an anthology horror thing. And the stuff he does visually is very interesting and it's really cool. And I'm glad that he's getting to do more of it because he loves making his practical monster effects and like
well,
creepy,
there's a
weird
lot of
stuff.
that in this, which is great. It I didn't know about. It's been out since like for like 2 years, 2 or 3 years or something like
Yeah,
that. I've
I'd never
never
heard. It
heard of
sounds
it.
like it got buried on Netflix and
Yeah, and it was basically like finding a diamond in the rough. I was like, oh my god, this is exactly right up my alley. I can't believe I didn't know about this.
okay, perfect. All right. So can't believe we were almost going for 2. Well, I mean, it has been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a 2 weeker.
I watched Tokyo Drift. Um, I was grinding BDO, and I was like, you know what movie I've never watched, but saw or heard the song from because everybody knows the Tokyo Drift song.
Yeah.
Um, have you seen this movie?
Nope, never.
It's pretty. It's kind of what I wish had happened to me. So this redneck guy like almost gets in fight like in a school parking lot with a wrench because a rich kid threw a brick through his back windshield, and he almost beat this rich kid up with a wrench. Till they're like, well, we'll settle it with a race, and they race for pink slips, and he wins the race, but he's about to win, and the rich kid is not handling it well. So he tries to crash into this redneck kid, and it causes them both to crash. Well, this is like a third offense for him, so he has to go live with his dad in Tokyo, who's stationed there because his parents are divorced. So he goes to Tokyo. Uh, then he finds they race here too, but it's a little bit different. They drift. Um, so much of this was literally Initial D. You watched those movies with me, right?
Yep, yep.
Now, essentially, it culminates with him. They're literally drifting down a mountain pass just like Initial D, where they're like, okay, well, to settle this beef, um, we're gonna race down this mountain, and it's literally just an Initial D race. Um, and I had fun with it. It was kind of like Initial D, but light and for teenagers, I guess. You see Vin Diesel at the end of it, which is kind of funny. And that's the only
Oh,
thing that
he's
ties it
there.
into. Well, okay, so the reason Vin Diesel's here is I'm trying to figure out how much to go into this because it's not all that deep. See if I can get the.
Oh, isn't one of the the guys, like his old crew or something like that.
Yes. Dom used to race with this guy.
Yeah, okay.
So the whole thing is the redneck guy finds out about them doing these underground races, and he starts talking shit to one of the Tokyo guys who's like Yakuza affiliated by family. And he's like, I could beat you in a race, no problem. This guy is like, this seems funny. You could just take my car. I want to see what happens. And the kid like totals it. And he was like, yeah, that sucks. Okay, well, you work for me now to pay it off. And this guy ends up dying towards the end of the movie and gets in a crash that's caused by the Yakuza guy trying to kill him, and he ends up getting in a wreck and dies. So Dom comes over to Tokyo and be like, we used to be friends, and I heard that you were taking up his spot or whatever. And they have a funny little interaction, and they start the race. And I love the idea of Vin Diesel trying to drift in a giant muscle car. But to be fair, I haven't seen Fast and Furious past 2, so I don't know how ridiculous things actually get. So maybe that's possible.
So Melk, you joke, but that guy is actually still alive.
Spoilers, Meshy. Wow. I felt things when I watched that car explode, and now I'm spoiled on. No, it's okay. I saw him in a trailer for one of the other movies.
Yeah, it was like 8 movies later. I lived.
So now I'm kind of like, do I go down this rabbit hole, or do I go back to the beginning? Because it's really funny watching Paul Walker try to speak with the Ebonics and it being super stilted to Tyrese. And it's really funny to go back and watch. And like Tyrese is like, what do you mean, Paul? What do you guys like? Because these pockets ain't empty, cuz. You know what? We're watching Too Fast, Too Furious at some point. I need to see it. I don't know if we need to watch the first one. The first one's a very like, oh, these people are robbing semis on the highway, and like making money that, whatever.
Milk
I don't
says,
know.
what about Miss Crimson Chin?
Oh, we don't just talk about Blockjaw. I think her name's Vanessa Hudgeson. Hold on, let me see if I can find a freeze frame of Rameshi.
Blockjaw is such a James Bond villain name. It's hilarious.
Meshi, every time she came on screen, it screwed up my grinding rotation because I was like, fuck, she swallowed a cinder block. What's wrong with this girl? Where is she? And she used to be like, I think like a Nickelodeon actress or something. Of course, Bow Wow's in this movie. Milk didn't know who Little Bow Wow was. He's cringy and he has a Hulk car.
We also definitely know who Little Bow Wow. Little Hulk car. That's cool.
Shut up, Meshi.
Drift.
Yeah, it's like this box car, but there's like the door's warped, so it looks like a Hulk hand is like pushing through, and the whole thing's green, and it's got like purple like shag carpet inside. It's very dumb looking. Okay, I completely forgot about what's her face. It's only like a minute long, but she kept popping on screen, and it kept bothering me because it was just Meshi. I have a strong jawline. I felt attacked by this woman.
This is
Hold
a
on.
personal event.
I need a closer picture. I think there's another zoom up of her. What? She started this war, not me. This lady.
Oh, I see.
And that's not even there's angles that this hits. This is kind of flattering because it's at least coming from like a bottom angle up. She has a strong block. Where there's got to be another shot of her. Anyways, if anybody knows who this lady is, she took a shot at me with her block jaw. But anyways, oh, there's a good shot of it. I'm envious, Meshi. know, by no means am I calling this person ugly or anything. It's just they have a stronger jawline than me, and I'm kind of threatened by it. um. So, anyways, Tokyo Drift, fun movie. The plot was as shallow as a puddle on a sidewalk in the middle of summer, but it was just kind of fun. Okay, we're getting there. Don't worry, Meshi. We're getting there. So, we watched Cloverfield Paradox. And it was funny making fun of it and being nonsensical and screaming at the movie, be like, why would this character ever do this? And what the hell is even going on anymore? Royan decided, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we watched another movie that's probably have the same effect on you? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? He's like, pull up The Exorcist 2. And I was like, there's a sequel? I didn't know there was a sequel. So we watched The Exorcist 2. I think this was last night. This movie had James Earl Jones in it, Meshi.
Oh my gosh.
This was a strange movie. It tried to do a whole lot. And I'm trying to think of how to explain this film.
Wait, which one is this?
Exorcist 2.
Okay.
Okay.
This is not what I thought you meant by Exorcist 2. I must be thinking of like a later.
Are you thinking of like The Exorcist Origins or whatever? That
Oh,
2004 movie?
Yeah.
Or The Beginnings?
Yeah, I think that
Okay,
was
so
a
this is
prequel.
actually, there's like 5 Exorcist movies, Meshi. I don't know if you know this or not.
Now I do. Jeez.
So a rabbit hole has been opened because now this has me questioning, like, was the first one any actual good, or was it more of a zeitgeist thing where people were like scared of like possession, and some funny practical effects. Okay, so this movie takes place after the first, and it follows a priest. Okay.
Okay.
And this priest is investigating the exorcism that took place in the first film. Because a cardinal from the Vatican said, we need you to investigate this and justify that exorcisms work and that we're doing our job, I guess.
Okay.
So he goes to a... she's like a therapist who deals with mentally handicapped people, trauma victims, and whatnot. But it seems to be more of people with like Down syndrome and stuff, or Tourette's. But there's also the girl from the first movie, and she's giving her therapy and hypnosis. And there's this light machine they hook themselves up to mentally link. So the priest mentally links via this flashing device thing, and he connects with the girl, right? The girl from the first one. He mentally links up with her. God damn it, if this would freeze frame correctly, I could get my thoughts straight. And then, I don't know if it's in the first movie. This is the girl from the first movie, apparently, or this is her character. And they're finding out that the evil is still with her. The demon, whose name I now know, Pazuzu. I don't know if it said it in the first Exorcist movie, but they said it in this movie, Meshi, probably about 80 times. How do I explain how this movie goes forward? They sit here looking at this device with 2 light bulbs at the end of it that flashes Bandai Namco in both of their faces. It's like a 20-minute scene. And they keep going back to this room and putting on these silly leather straps and acting like they're like mentally linking up. And then he finds out that there was an African shaman who would repel the locust through the power of God, I guess.
Okay.
So he goes down to find James Earl Jones, who is this kid. But the problem is the kid also gets, back in the day, possessed by Pazuzu. So he gets exorcised by a different priest, but why did I pick all these movies that are nonsensical?
I don't know. That's a good question. Accidentally?
It should be straightforward. This movie jumped around a lot with this priest going to this mental health place to then going to Africa to search for James Earl Jones, who is wearing a bug mask.
I was about to say, now there's a giant bug.
It's a mask that he's wearing.
It's a
like a
sex
help.
thing.
But the problem is, Meshi,
Yeah.
he has a vision of stepping to James Earl Jones. And then he wakes up. Oh, there's James Earl Jones. He has a tiger stand that he roars away the devil, Pazuzu.
He has a tiger stand.
Well, essentially, this is a tiger stand. He goes, rah! And then a tiger face pops up like that, and then it cuts to the next scene. But he sees this in a vision. And then, at some point, he finds a shaman, and he falls face first onto some things. And he wakes up, then James Earl Jones is actually a doctor. Or who's a guy who studies bugs? Do you know what? A bug scientist guy, whatever.
Guy, yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
Weirdo.
So the priest wakes up and he's like, who are you? And he's like, I'm so and so. Who are you? And he's like, I'm a priest. And he's like, do you know this one? Yeah, I was exorcised long ago. I am now making a locust infiltrator, which is a bug who will infiltrate the locust swarm to then convince the rest of the locust swarm to no longer be locusts and try to kill people. It's a good one. It's a good locust that we're training to sway the rest of the colony of locusts to not hurt people anymore.
Okay.
So then,
James.
so we don't know if he was actually a shaman or if that was a fever dream or if he's actually a bug scientist. The priest goes back to New York and he finds a clone of the girl from the first movie.
Oh, gosh.
But she's possessed, and I'm dubbing her Stupid Sexy Pazuzu because she tries to seduce the priest while the real girl's there. Locusts show up. The apartment building starts falling apart. One lady sets herself on fire in front of the building for no other reason than I guess she got possessed. So this is all happening, and this priest is supposed to rip out the heart of Stupid Sexy Pazuzu. And you know just about as much of this film as I do. Then he rips out her heart. The building collapses. And everybody in New York is like, what happened here? And I think it rolled credits.
What? Why is there a clone?
I don't know why. that there is like, because I don't know if the priest is seeing it, but the real girl's there, right? She's there, but there's a version of her in the bed with Pazuzu eyes, and she's like, uh,
Wow. How
this
do
was a
you?
film, and I think it didn't help that it's an older film.
Yeah.
So a lot of the conversations and things that happen, this is the light bulb thing, Meshi, and most of this took place with these two people staring at each other as these light bulbs flashed into their faces, and then you saw them mentally like linking up through like bad overlays of other things. This was a bad movie.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad movie. It sounds like they did the first one did so well they're like, we have to make a sequel, and they're like, we don't know what to fucking do.
So
Bring in
the
James
thing,
Earl Jones.
and he's hardly in the movie. That's the problem. And so this movie took place 4 years after the first Exorcist, so it took him 4 years to get this off the ground. Guess how long it was till the third Exorcist movie came out, Meshi?
1 year.
23 years.
Oh, fuck.
So you went from 1977 in this movie tanking to 1990, and they're like, we can run it back.
Sure you can. I
And
believe
then
you.
and then what happened, Meshi?
The sequels?
So The Exorcist 3 happened in 1990. The franchise died until 14 years later when The Exorcist The Beginning happened in 2000.
There's a pattern here. Pazuzu
Yeah.
only awakens every even year past
Ah,
10.
Meshi, because then The Exorcist Believer came out in 2023, which is, was it 19 years later?
Yeah.
And then there's another Exorcist movie coming out next year, supposedly in the works. So,
What the hell is
anyways,
happening?
Meshi, I don't know anymore. Tell me about The Conjuring Last Rites. Since you finished the Dooku without us, what happened, Meshi?
Yeah. So well, surprise, almost nobody died in this movie.
Okay.
Only one person died in this movie. On screen that we got to see.
Mm-hmm.
So basically this is them at the end of their careers. Uh the shit, I don't remember what their fucking names are.
Just call
Uh
Sideburns.
yeah,
And
Sideburns, thank you.
Mhm.
Sideburns is like his heart is weak. He's like, oh, I've had several heart attacks. They're like, we need to retire. That's fine. So part of their story is this movie had like a weird pace to it, to where it was like haunting, haunting, and then like a really long time of just hanging out with the Warrens, not knowing there's a haunting going on. Oh, hey, you remember there was a haunting going on for about like 2 minutes? All right, back to the Warrens and their peaceful life. And then the last 15 to 20 minutes of the movie are, oh shit, we have to go to the haunting. So it was weird. It was like a weird paced movie. You spent so much time with like the Warrens because their daughter's grown up. You meet the boyfriend who wants to become the
New
husband.
Sideburns. Yeah.
He has a tragic story where he's like, everyone's like, why after a week did you want to marry our daughter? And he's like, well, I just really liked her. And then it turns out that he used to be a cop, and he basically answered the door one day to a domestic dispute, and someone shoved a shotgun in his face and pulled the trigger, but it didn't fire. And then later the other guy was like, "You're a dead man." He's like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "This was loaded and the primer's been hit. Like, you should be dead." And so he like he had like a not a psychological break. He was just like, "Can't do it anymore.
Nope.
I almost died. I'm gonna marry the person that I think I should." So that's all the backstory you need for him. Um,
Uh-huh.
you find out that the daughter is more becoming more psychic, has more psychic abilities growing. Like she's seeing stuff all the time. Um, so that's the quick synopsis. But the beginning of the movie is when the Warrens' first case, or one of them anyway. They haven't
Okay.
experienced a lot of demons. She's pregnant, like 8
Right.
months pregnant.
Woo! Yeah.
Sideburns is in an office with him, and they're talking over one of the things, and this lady's like, "Oh yeah, my grandfather or something hung himself in the back room here." And ever since then, I've heard whispers and voices and stuff, especially when I'm alone.
Mhm.
So like, oh, okay. So fucking Sideburns, like the lady goes, "Oh, well, let me go and look." And she stands up, and Sideburns is like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 you no, you can't do this." And she's like, "Let me do it. I'll be okay." And he's just like, "All right." And so she wanders into a back room by herself,
Oh
um,
God.
and
Uh-huh.
finds a mirror, um, and it does one of those things where where she's trying to talk to the dead, and it's showing like a distant shot of her and then like a blurry upfront shot of something, and it turns out it's the guy that hung himself. Like you could see his feet dangling. Took me a
Yeah.
minute to figure out what was going on. I was like, why is this blurry? And then I like shifted my vision to the right and like, oh, there's the in focus foot. um,
There's the info.
um and so she touches this mirror and it cracks because the mirror is like possessed.
Mhm.
This like triggers something in her, and the demon basically like kills her baby. He,
Okay.
she gets like some psychic backlash and she goes into labor, and then they have to rush to the hospital. He's driving like 80 miles an hour in the rain, swerving through traffic. I'm like, yeah, this is how you get there. um and then they go to the hospital. She's in labor, and then it shows the demon. They never
Mhm.
should have done that, because first it was like a creepy hand on the wall staring at her, and then
Mhm.
you kind of get like the full like, oh, there's his face, he's evil, he's just a bald albino alien kind of thing. So you're like, oh, that's creepy, but
What are you
because
trying to
he's the
say,
main.
huh?
Yeah, he's the main. Um, he definitely didn't look like you. Um, he had finer skin, so you just see it early
The
on who the
fuck?
main villain is.
You mean fairer?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you'd be like, working outside if I made you into a skin coat, and he would be like, I'd take you to the gala ball if I made him to a skin coat. um
I don't know if he's stupid or if he actually insulted me more.
um so anyway, the baby pops out dead.
Okay.
And they have a traumatic moment where she's like, oh, she's dead, and she's praying. She's like, bring him back to me. The baby comes back. That's their
Mhm.
daughter. um Years later, it's showing her like getting these psychic powers, and she's being taught how to deal with it, and then she grows up. So fast forward to these people. It's a family of 8. Grandpa, grandma live
Mhm.
with mother, or not mother, son and daughter-in-law, and their fucking children. 2 of them are twins.
Mhm.
um the grandparents, she's got the main daughter girl, it's her communion, big event. So the grandparents buy her something, What do they buy her? They buy her a 8-foot tall fucking creepy mirror that they got at a supermarket from a guy who couldn't. There's the demon. There's the main demon.
He's not better than me.
So they buy
Go
this
on.
mirror from this guy who couldn't get it into the back of his pickup truck, and they're like, "Oh man, it was like it was meant for us." Um, so they bought a swap meet for her,
Mm-hmm.
and their main excuse was, "Oh well, the bathroom's always hogged because there's only like one bathroom in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can do your hair in front of this mirror." And she's like, "Oh, thank you," And then immediately creepy shit starts happening. Something blows out her candles.
Mirror demon.
Mirror demon.
Evil.
And like the first thing that happens is like the fucking ceiling light just falls onto their table in the middle of dinner for like no apparent reason. And so other creepy stuff happens. This doll is like crawling around or whatnot, and then one of the
Oh.
little tiny children find it, and then it starts floating in front of her face, and then she like looks back and then looks forward, and there's like a really creepy looking old woman there, and then the baby doll drops. So the girls
Mm-hmm.
who haven't experienced a haunting yet but are like, man, this mirror fucking sucks, it's creepy, it's just the weird faces look like they follow me. So they do the only sensible thing anyone in one of these movies has tried.
Mm-hmm.
They get rid of it. They plug this mirror down the stairs in the dead of night and put it outside for garbage collection.
Uh-huh.
The garbage guys come and they're like, "Oh, fucking a mirror. All right, help me, Paul." And then they pull it up and they throw it in the back. And then they're all having breakfast, and like the truck is like slowly crushing this mirror, and the movie ends. No,
In the movie.
one of the girls starts getting sick, and then she starts vomiting, and then she vomits up blood, and then she pulls like glass shards out of her
Oh, okay. That's the scene that we saw.
mouth.
Got it. Yeah.
Later on, the Sideburns is showing future husband the room, and he's like, "Well, why didn't you guys just destroy all this shit?" This happens like right after the mirror scene. He's like, "Oh, you don't really want to do that because you can make things a lot worse if you do it." And it's like, "Oh, all right." So anyway, things get a lot worse.
When they destroyed okay.
Yeah, so like the whole family starts experiencing this shit. Like they all start seeing really creepy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the breaking point is the dad, who's at his wit's end, tries to go to bed, is laying down, and then fucking gets lifted into the air and is paralyzed in the air, staring at this old woman who's slowly like crawling on his body up to his face.
Mm-hmm.
And then the daughter that's the scene. And then the daughter downstairs is being chased by a spirit wielding an axe.
Okay.
And so eventually the whole thing comes to an end, and they're safe, but they're freaked out. And so they reach out to the news, and then the news starts spreading their story to everywhere and whatnot. And they're like, we can't go to the church. The church has a process for these things, and you have to actually get proven that it's right. And then 3 to 8 months later, they'll come and they'll exorcise the demon. And the family's like, "The fuck, Dad?" So anyway, the priest, who helps all the Warrens, who like help with the Annabelle thing, right? He visits the family. He's like, "I'm here from the church unofficially. I heard about your thing. Maybe I can help." So he starts blessing the house and throwing holy water everywhere. And he goes into the basement and starts holy water spraying everywhere. And then like he turns around and all of the holy water is like steaming. This
Oh my
like
God.
entire basement is just covered in steam. And he's like, And the next scene is him just sprinting out the door and being like, "I'll be back."
I'll totally be back.
And so he goes to like the main, I don't know, church office building. It doesn't really have a name. And he walks up like a giant flight of stairs. There's a janitor in the hall that's using a floor buffer. Get to that in a minute. It's important for this scene. And so he talks to the secretary lady. He's like, I need to talk to the bishop. And she's like, why? He's like, there's concerning a family. She's like, she's calling the bishop. You can hear his phone in the room next door with the door closed. He's like, what does he want? Well, he wants to talk to this family. Who's the family? He says it's someone important. He's like, all right, give me a minute. And so he's waiting there. And like while he's sitting in this chair waiting for this bishop, you see the power cord for the thing becoming like taut.
Yeah.
And you're like, and at first I was like, oh, is it gonna get pulled so hard that it gets shot out of the wall, and then stuff is gonna fly across the thing and like impale him in the head? No, he's sitting there. He starts to get a nosebleed. The lady points it out to him, and then like he starts patting it, and then he looks up, and the lady's gone, and the whole office is empty. And he starts freaking out. And then the room starts like getting really black, and he realizes that the demon kind of followed him there. So he tries to do his best to fight it off with exorcism powers. Doesn't work. He fails, and basically he gets put into a trance. He walks over, he unplugs the cord, walks over to the stairwell, wraps it around his neck, and then jumps. And then snaps his neck. I laugh at this scene.
Okay.
The reason being is because the whole scene is like, oh no, the father died. He committed suicide. He's been here for a really long time.
Yeah.
The problem with that is where he got the cord from, because 2 minutes ago it was a janitor floor buffing the floor, which means he wrapped that cord around his neck and jumped, and the only way his neck snapped is that janitor was holding onto that thing and went, oh shit, and like held onto it for dear life to make that cord taut enough to snap that guy's neck, and he was hanging there. So
I've got your father.
So I was just laughing at this janitor that's like, who the fuck unplugged my machine? And then it's just being drastically dragged away from him, and he just death gripping it. So anyway, this death trigger basically.
Satan, you took my Annabelle, but you will not take my Dyson. Okay, go on.
Anyway,
Sorry.
this triggers the Warrens into, this triggers the daughter into action, because the priest died, and so she touches his coffin and gets all these images, and so she goes off to help the family, and the Sideburns and mom go and help her out. They go to save her, and then she convinces them to help the family. And then just a lot of stupid shit happens in this house. So they're explaining like, oh, the demon can do this, the demon does this. The Sideburns and the future husband have a touching moment where he explains about his stuff. And then what's her face's name? The lady, mom, goes around the house and discovers what's going on, and she goes to the Sideburns out on the porch, and she's like, oh, there's three spirits. 2 of them were mother and daughter, and they were hiding from a guy who was carrying an axe and murdered them. This was years and years ago when this place used to be all farmland. It didn't happen in this house, but they're tied to the land.
Okay.
And that's why there's these 3 weird spirits running around the house. However, there's something hiding behind these spirits and using them as a shield I can't see, which is the demon on the screen. They don't know
Okay.
about it yet because they don't know the mirror is in the house.
Uh-huh.
Or anything to do with the mirror. They're like, there's something weird going on. I don't know. And he's like, well, if it's a domestic demon or whatever he said, violent spirit, who's the axe guy running around the house, these people would be dead already.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been experiencing this for like 4 or 5 months. Why is it taking so long? She's like, I don't know. I feel like there's some ulterior motive going on.
Mm-hmm.
So then you cut back to the daughter, who the demon starts making her mom's voice appear upstairs. Hey, could you come help me?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, Mom? And she goes upstairs and then sees the attic door ladder open. And then she goes, oh, I'm up here. And she proceeds to go into the attic for some dumb fucking reason. Sees nobody in there, but then decides to continue her journey, finds a random flashlight in some luggage that was near the stairwell, and then finds the mirror hiding upstairs in the attic. Like, ooh, I made it back inside.
Yeah.
And so she does the only sensible thing anyone would do in that situation. She touches the strange mirror. Which basically causes like this chalk to appear at her feet, and she's like, oh, what the fuck? And then she looks up at the wall and is like, did you miss me? And she's like, what? And then she's like, oh, Annabelle. And like all this weird stuff starts happening in the attic, like scurrying of feet, knocking over, like yeah. And she's like, oh, and then like the rocking chair. And she's like, oh shit. And then the next scene is her at the bottom of the attic stairs, and she's just like throwing it up. And she's like, oh. And then she's like, I'm going back downstairs. And she starts heading back downstairs. And then the demon imitates one of the children's voices into the room next to her. And so, being the sensible person that she is, by not going downstairs, she goes to investigate the weird child's voice. She's like, oh, are you in here? And then there's Annabelle in the corner, who then morphs in front of her into like a 6-foot tall Annabelle that chases her down this hallway, like bashing into stuff and whatnot. And then she reaches the stairs, tumbles down them, and hits her head at the bottom. And then kind of gets out of the trance, and Annabelle's not there, and Mom's freaking out, like, what the hell happened? She tells them about the mirror. Mom goes to take care of daughter. Sideburns, the father of the family and future husband go up into the attic, and they're like, what the fuck? Why is this here? It just disappeared. So they tell the story about the mirror to everybody that's gathered around. How it does all this stuff. We don't know why it's here. We need to get it out of the house. It'll only be safe if it's in our rec room. It just makes me it just makes me feel like they go to people's houses and they steal things they want and put them in the rec room.
Put them in the rec room. It's our stuff. You can't have it. It's mine.
So they explicitly tell us, like, don't touch it directly. Always be wearing gloves. I'm about to, he says a prayer. They put some cloth over it. Then they ratchet it shut. And they're like, we're going to carry it down the stairs. So you have Sideburns. You have father, who's in his maybe 45. And young, strong former cop of maybe 20 or early 20s. For whatever reason, they go, okay, we're gonna carry this fucking heavy mirror through this attic and then down the stairs and into the car. Can you guess who went to go get the car?
Who went to go get the car, Meshy?
The strong, muscular dude.
Okay.
Was like, I'll go get the car. And so he sprints out of there, leaving Father of the Year and Sideburns to carry this fucking mirror through this attic.
I have a bad heart.
Yeah, he has a bad heart. So they start carrying this thing, and they're going over these boards, and he's like, "Oh," Sideburns asked him, he's like, "Oh, is there anything under the insulation?" The guy's like, "No, if we step off of these boards, we're going right through the roof." I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, because in my head I was like, they're gonna go through this roof, and the mirror is gonna land right on top of their daughter, and it's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. They do go through the roof at some point, but it doesn't land where I thought they were going to. So as they're carrying this mirror, the latches start being undone, um, and then eventually the sheet gets pulled, and Father of the Year looks down into the mirror, and Sideburns is like, "No, you idiot! I told you not to look." And so like he starts
Cooked.
freaking out because he sees a demon above him, and he basically can't be consoled, and he falls back down the stairs. He lands at the bottom of the stairs. Sideburns is holding onto this mirror that is just on the stairs, and he's like, "Move, move, move!" And then
I can't hold.
yeah, and so he lets go of this mirror, and it just fucking plows into this guy's ankle.
Oh.
And he's like, "Ah!" And meanwhile, he's screaming, "Don't look at the mirror! Don't look at the mirror! Everyone get back! Don't look at the mirror!" So we cut to Guy getting car. The
Mhm.
Warren's dad, the Sideburns drives a muscle car, if you
Okay.
remember.
Oh, mhm.
It's parked probably 20 feet from the house on the side of the road. Fucking, he can't get the car started, and then eventually it starts. And so he takes off like he's getting the fuck out of there and not coming back. Like he is like 50 mile
God.
per hour through this residential street, and then just whips it around. Like just does a full donut back towards the house.
Uh-huh.
Didn't need to do that. Didn't need to go that fast. The moment he almost gets to the house, the old lady ghost appears in the road, freaks him out. He maneuvers around her, plows into a fence, kills the car. Gets out, and he's like, "Oh shit." And then he's locked out of the house, and he has to figure out how to get back into the house.
Oh my God.
So
Let me in.
let me in. Yeah, he's like, "Let me in." Meanwhile, he's like, "Oh shit, well, what do we do about the mirror?" He's like, and fucking Father of the Year's like, "I've got this. Let's go." So on his
Uh-huh.
bad ankle, they're still carrying this fucking mirror down these goddamn stairs. And it's like a scene from Family Guy where he's like dragging the couch. He's like a little bit to the left, a little bit left. Like it just felt like one of those scenes. They're lugging
Yeah.
this heavy mirror where all this shit's going on. Well, at the same time, the daughter gets possessed and like
Mhm.
is very creepy, obviously possessed, starts making all this weird shit, sends the mom into the basement with her psychic powers. A dog starts barking at her. The kids come around the corner with their dog on a leash, and it starts barking at her. And she psychically lifts the dog up and slams him into a picture frame, and the glass just shatters everywhere. And the dog like hits the ground and goes. "Arr!" And then she looks at the guy. She looks at her dad, who the mirror is at the top of the stairs now, but he's at the
Mhm.
bottom of the stairs because he's like, "Oh shit, my daughter." And she Callie Ma's him. She just grabs onto his chest, and he's like, and then he gets like, he's basically knocked out. He's having a heart attack. He's trying to pull out his pills. It opens the bottle, all the pills go everywhere, and then he has to
Oh, of
try and
course.
find these pills. Um, so mom has experienced fighting Axemen in the basement.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then
Real low.
eventually they basically meet up. Jock gets back into the house
Mm.
after helping the mom, and then the the mirror fight happens. Basically,
Uh-huh.
she's like, "What do we do?" He looks at Sideburns looks at the mom, and he's like, "Get the book." And I'm like, "The book? Like, do they have like some weird secret weapon?" No, she runs to his bag and like grabs a Bible, but he says it with such
The
like
book.
this is the weapon that will help us. Like, one, why didn't you have this before? And two,
Mhm.
oh wait, it's just a Bible. Never mind.
Get the book. It would
So
have been better
they,
if he was like, get the good word.
yeah. So they're fine. So basically, I forget how they unpossess the daughter now, but she basically gets unpossessed, and the mirror's pissed about it.
Mhm.
The mirror's at the end of this hallway, and oh man, this fucking scene. So the thing in the mirror gets pissed. You're seeing like the weird shit going on in the mirror,
Mhm.
and then the mirror starts its battle phase. So it lifts up into the air,
Okay.
and they're staring at it like, oh shit. And then it just starts spinning like a madman.
Spin to win.
Yeah, in place, it's just rotating faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And I'm sitting there laughing hysterically. Because the idea of their big fight being they have to fight a fucking mirror is hilarious. And they proceed to fight a fucking mirror. Um so he has this book that he's reading from, the whatever spell, exorcism spells he's reading from. And basically like he's trying to hold back this mirror with his hands. Jock is trying to hold back the mirror with his hands so they can't get to the mom and daughter at the end of the hallway. He's reading the book. His image in the mirror looks at him and he goes, "Shut the fuck up." And then like it causes the Bible to explode into flames.
Yeah.
So he flips it around and then just shoves it into the mirror, which causes his reflection to just get Bible verses burned across its skin. Which pisses it off even more. So he's holding this burning Bible. The jock trips because the mirror pushes him.
Mhm.
And then one of the feet of it latches onto his ankle. Like it falls on top of his ankle.
Yeah.
And so he is being death dragged across the floor by his ankle as this mirror is slowly advancing, and it's just tearing the shit out of his leg. And he's just like, ah! Screaming on the floor, and this guy's holding a flaming Bible up to this thing, shouting Bible verses, and it's being slowly pushed towards them. And then eventually it hits the wall. He gets to stop it momentarily. It lifts up, and the jock's like, "Oh, thank God!" And then it lands on his neck.
Oh!
And he's like, "Ah!" And then he's being death dragged by his neck as he's trying to hold back this mirror. This guy is getting it, and then basically it's about to reach the mother and daughter, and then she has a Gohan moment where she's like, "Oh my God, instead of holding it all in, just let it go. Just let it go." Because she's been like suppressing her ability to hear these things for like ever.
Yeah.
And so she convinces it, and she's like, "Don't look away, you just let it all out." And so both of them like psychic blast it together, where they put their hands on the mirror, except for the boyfriend whose hands is on his neck trying to lift his mirror off of it. So everyone has their hands on this mirror, and they basically psychic power blast it as a family into non-existence. And the mirror falls over, and the guy can breathe. And yeah, so they take it back to the rec room.
Mhm.
The guy can walk perfectly fine on his fucked up leg throughout the house right after the event. I don't know how that's possible, but he does. And then there's a wedding, and it goes into like, "Oh, thank you, the Warrens. They, elevated psychic research into what it is now," and blah 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 blah. Controversial thing. The thing that he says. By the way, the director, whose name I can't remember, attends the wedding in the background. He didn't think I'd see him, but he's the only Asian in a sea of white, and I spotted him instantly.
There he is!
There he is, like Waldo.
The creator of the Dooku!
The creator of the Dooku. He stuck out like a sore thumb. So yeah, it was like it was not a bad Conjuring movie. There were some good shots. There was a lot of like, oh, what's that in the background shot as it kind of like blurs in. There's like
Mm-hmm.
creepy eyes staring at her. And then like a semi truck comes by and it illuminates it, and it's just like glasses that are like reflecting the light and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a lot of good shots, but it also suffers from showing too much, like, everyone else. And
Every single time they can't help themselves and they just have to show just a little too much.
yeah, and then like
Yeah.
Annabelle makes an appearance. She's the fact that they live in the same house that they keep all this haunted shit in, and then like go, I don't know why Annabelle keeps showing up in our daughter's bedroom all the goddamn time,
It's like
but
crazy.
yeah, like what the
Like,
fuck?
stop touching Annabelle. She's right over there.
There.
Stop it. Oh,
um
look at my sideburns.
and, and, and then the final fight being the mirror, like you never see, like you see the bald headed demon, right, like
Mhm.
twice. One was at the hospital and one was in the other scene, and then he
Yeah.
doesn't show up again. It's just the mirror at that point.
Uh, yeah.
Like I figured he would be crawling out of it and they'd fight that or
Something.
something, but no, they're just fighting a mirror slowly coming towards them, and they just put their hands on it and blow it away.
Take that,
Um,
cell
yeah.
mirror.
But I was perfect.
Well, I'm glad the Dooku came to a close with not with a bang, but with a mirror.
I cannot wait for all the spin-offs.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna have to get caught up, and then we're gonna have to do a Conjuring Dooku Cinematic Universe tier list,
Yeah.
and we'll rank all of these movies. So I did a thing.
Could you rewatch that Catwoman?
I rewatched not only Catwoman, but I rewatched the '89 Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Again,
Again.
this movie it's a fever dream of, it's just strange. It's like, because this is the big moment where Batman really hit the mainstream and everybody knew him. This was like, it was such a big deal. This
Right.
movie has so little Batman in it.
Does it have a lot of Nicholson in it?
Jack Nicholson's in a good portion of it, but most of it's just Bruce walking around, and I get it, like they had to make the cowl into a solid piece. It's so comical looking because it's so big and Michael Keaton's not that tall. So it kind of looks like a nerdy kid dressing up like Batman on Halloween.
Oof, that's rough.
So, and of course he can't bend his neck. So there's all these scenes where he's literally boarded up and he's having to look up at stuff. So he's just like, huh?
I remember
And
him talking about those things, yeah.
yeah, so, and the other thing that was just really jarring, and I know everybody talks about it, Batman kills so many fucking people. It's kind of absurd. It's,
Really?
yes. So there's a scene where, we're just gonna leave out Jack Nicholson. The iconic scene of Batman in the bat jet thing, I don't know what you call it. And he goes up to the moon and it creates the bat symbol, right?
Oh, yeah.
Comes back down. Sorry for slapping the mic. The bat jet pull a 50 cal machine gun pops out on each side and rockets deploy. And he's like, all right, presses the button. He starts mowing down the goons in the street.
Don't remember.
There's a point where like you're like, oh, okay. Batman's in the Batmobile. and he's driving and he's clipping the goons like with these like things that come off the side of the Batmobile, and they're just clipping them. And he turns and he throws these goons off, and they fall into like a storefront, right? And he like turns around. There's an asshole with a flame, like with a torch, and he's like a fire blower guy, and he's behind Batman's Batmobile. He's like, and the flames aren't even reaching close to the Batmobile, but this guy's like, I'm gonna get him. Fucking Batman turns on the Batmobile and goes, all right. And he revs it up, and there's an exhaust on the back, and he lights this guy on fire.
What?
He engulfs him in flames as he's like has a little like party like little blowtorch things like, and Batman's like, all right. The jet engine engulfs this guy in flames, and he's fucking cooked. Like it's over.
Someone needs to blow out that guy like a birthday candle before he dies.
It's oh my god. And then there's a scene where Batman's got the stance, right? He's like, all right, I'm gonna fight these goons, right? They're on both sides of him. Michael Keaton, or his stunt double, has to make a 90-degree angle with his body and do a 360 spin in between these two goons. I was like, what can we make him do, man? And he's like, I don't know. Spins around. So the worst part of this movie is the climactic fight, right?
Right.
The Joker's got Vicky Vale, the reporter.
Yeah.
And Batman's like, all right, I gotta save her. And they start ascending this clock tower in the middle of Gotham. And Batman's like, all right, I'm gonna save him. Batman's at the floor level. And there's all these wooden pews. Batman trips and falls. As the Joker and Vicky Vale are already halfway up the thing, Batman falls, hits one of the pews, and knocks them all over. And they start going dunk, 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 dunk. Because the Cape Crusader's a fumbling jackass. And it cuts to Jack Nicholson in the stairwell being like, and that's it. We just watch Batman just and fall and hit this with no one around. It's just embarrassing. So then he starts going, like, ascending up the clock tower to, like, I gotta save her. And Joker's, like, just hamming it up and, like, dancing with her and stuff as the goons try to fight off Batman from getting to Joker having his moment. And Batman kills multiple of them. There's one guy, his toughest foe. Batman flies in, and this goon catches Batman and tosses his ass at the bell. And he's beating the shit out of him.
God damn.
And then Batman like falls down, and the goon looks over, and Batman like pulls him off and throws him down to his death. So do you want to know how Jack Nicholson gets taken out?
Oh, is it comical? I can't remember, honestly.
So Jack Nicholson is just all over Vicky Vale, right? And she's like,
Right.
ew, gross. And eventually, like, Vicky sees Batman, and she's like, oh, this is my moment. So she starts coming onto Joker really hard and, like, acting like she's about to blow him.
Okay.
So she starts going down his body and saying, oh, I love purple. About to blow him. And then Batman, sitting like a cuck in the corner, is like, didn't expect me, did you? Bam! And punches Joker in the face. And then eventually they keep fighting, and then Jack Nicholson falls to his death off the side of this clock tower. And he he falls all the way to the concrete, and he doesn't like explode. He doesn't whatever. He's so Jack Nicholson that the concrete like indents around him like he's an Acme cartoon character, and he's got some bag in his pocket that's laughing, And Commissioner Gordon takes out this like laughing, wheezing bag thing and looks at it, doesn't open it, and it just cuts. This movie was weird.
That was just the end. It just cuts there, and that's it.
No, there's a whole thing where they show the
Oh,
bat. I mean, in terms of like a death scene, the Joker's laying on the ground with this weird, mysterious laughing bag, and then Commissioner Gordon looks at the laughing bag and he's like, and then it cuts to the next scene, and then there's a whole thing of like, oh, this vigilante guy gave us a bat signal to call him. Yeah, so 89 Batman, it was a thing. And then I decided to watch Batman Returns with Danny DeVito as the Penguin and Christopher Walken as evil businessman with a dumb himbo son.
oh, he's perfect.
Christopher Walken was a joy to watch. He always is. What's her name? I think it's Michelle Pfeiffer. I've given this woman a lot of flack in the past for this movie just because of how silly and over the top it is. Tim Burton's a weird dude.
Yeah.
She, this time around, I kind of really enjoyed her. Except for this scene where she's like, I'm Catwoman, hear me roar, and then she starts backflipping without roaring. I didn't understand it.
Would
There's
the
a
roaring
scene
have
in
made it better.
Huh?
Would roaring
Yes.
and then backflipping away have been better?
No, I needed her flipping with a stock sound of a lion roaring, not a cat. A lion roaring as she's flipping, and it would have been better.
Wow, perfect.
There's a scene where Catwoman's being Catwoman.
Okay.
Okay. We're not going to go over the plot of this movie. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Catwoman's in a shopping mall, like breaking glasses, breaking like showcases and like taking jewelry and stuff and just hamming it up. And these two guards show up and Catwoman's there in her suit. And one of the guards is like, I don't know if I should, arrest her or fall in love. And she whips their guns out of their hands. And the other guy goes, let us go. Our take home's only $300. And she's like,
part of this movie.
And she's like, you're getting paid too much. It was the realest moment of this whole movie. And these two guys are like, they just run off. Our take home's only $300. I don't know why this movie was made for kids. Danny DeVito's a weird, like, deformed, like, really perverted guy. It's kind of strange. Like, Christopher Walken wants to make him mayor so he can have influence through the Penguin as the mayor to let his business do all this sewage dumping and business stuff without, fear of recompense from the government or whatever, right?
Right.
So he surprises the Penguin. He's like, hey, come downstairs. I got a fish for you. And he gives the Penguin a raw fish as he's in his stained pajamas. And he's like, surprise! And there's a whole team ready to launch his political campaign. And he's like, what the fuck? As he's eating this raw fish, and these people are trying to act like, oh, I'm so happy to be working for you, Mr. Cobblepot. And fucking Penguin's looking at this girl, and he's like, I'd like to fill her void. And it's like, what the fuck, Danny DeVito? Like, Jesus Christ.
I didn't write this script.
Bro, and he's just, this is all he's doing. And he tries to fucking hump Catwoman. It's a strange movie, Meshy.
That's about right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Tim Burton film.
His style is so strange. I will say for this movie, they just shrink down the cowl a little bit, but he still looks like that nerdy kid dressing up as Batman for Halloween because his head's giant. He's got these tiny little shoulders, and this is his silhouette.
Man, I didn't want to see Batman cry.
Oh. And their whole relationship of like, oh, she beats the shit out of Batman. It's very forced. She just licks him. Bruce is super into it. Yeah, I don't know. There's a really sad scene when Penguin dies. Well, do you remember what the whole plan was?
Kind of, yeah. Like
Penguin
penguins
has
right?
everything falls apart, so Penguin straps a bunch of rockets to his penguin family, and he disperses them into the middle of Gotham, and they're supposed to shoot off their rockets to supposedly kill 100,000 people.
Right.
So that's whatever. So ends up failing, and Danny DeVito like reemerges for his final whatever, and he's like, I can't understand what he's saying as he's wearing like fake teeth and stuff and spitting up black stuff. And he falls over dead like a bag of potatoes. And there's a procession of fake penguins, which are just little people in penguin suits who like stand beside him like pallbearers, and they like shuffle down this like SeaWorld like slide into the water as they carry Danny DeVito's body and just send it off, and then he just moves like 2 feet and it's just like there in the water.
I mean, pretty cool death.
Christopher Walken eats it harder than anybody. So he finds a pistol, and Selena Kyle's like, you threw me out a window and tried to kill me. I'm going to kill you. And he's like, I'd like to see you try, and empties a clip into her. As Catwoman's counting down her lives, she's like, 5 lives, 4 lives. And then Christopher Walken runs out of bullets. And she's like, I got 2 lives left. She grabs an open electrical wire above her that looks like it's connected to a transformer, takes a taser, a hand taser, and acts like she's kissing Christopher Walken with the taser to conduct the electricity through her, through the taser, into him.
Jesus.
Batman's like, Selena, where are you? And fucking Michael Keaton tears off his rubber cowl, so you just see him, and he's like up to the neck in like this fake plastic, and he's like, Selena, and he's tearing up the stuff, and he uncovers Christopher Walken's crispy body that's been electrified. He looks like a mummy with the Christopher Walken wig, and he's like, ah! It's this fake prosthetic. It looks like the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining. Yeah, the Crypt Keeper with like staticky hair.
It's just
up
like,
there.
ah!
Oh God, I'm a skeleton.
But that's it. It's been a 3-hour podcast. I enjoyed this movie more for how much.
Does Catwoman die? Does she die from the gunshots, or is she like okay?
No, so Bruce at the end of this film, he can't find her body. And so he's like, Alfred, around the block. And they get in this fancy car, and they're driving in the snow, and he looks over to the side, he sees a shadow on the wall that looks like, he's like, Alfred, stop! And he runs down the alleyway, and he's looking around, but he can't look up because he's so used to being in the cowl that he can't lean back. And then he sees a cat on the ground. He picks up this black cat, and he looks around with his Michael Keaton lips. And he's like, all right. And then he walks back to the car, and you're like, oh, is this supposed to be like a cute, like, did he actually see her or not or whatever? And then it pans out, and you're like, oh, the credits are about to roll. And then you see the back of Catwoman's head pop up and be like, all right. Then the credits roll. It was fun to watch. Like, I'd watch it again. I used to just really not like this movie because of like how bad it was.
Right.
But Michelle, what's her name? Michelle Pfeiffer. She chewed up the scenery in every single scene. I was so used to her being like that one scene of I'm Catwoman, hear me roar, stay silent, and does backflips.
Yeah. Career defining, some might say.
Yeah, truly. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you've enjoyed this podcast about me losing my mind for an hour and a half and then Meshi recapping movies verbatim, Subscribe to me. That'd be great. And we'll see y'all next week. Did you have anything to say to the people, Meshi?
I recap movies so you don't have to buy them.
I talk about them nonsensically and then scream about them so you'll stay away from them.
And together we are the first of 50 podcasts.
See my face. All right, cut.